Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. Cheers. Let's see who we got in the chat right now. I see David Tanco. Cheers. Thanks for joining us. Paul, that bourbon guy. Sandy, Tracy, good to see you. Glad you made it home safe from your trip. Alicia, thanks for joining. Nick, cheers. Chris, cheers. Good to see you in here. Patrick, good to see you, Patrick. And if I missed anybody, Donald, thanks for joining. Whiskey Wilson, thanks for coming along. And anybody else I missed, sorry, but yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. So we got several things going on tonight. We are going to have our monthly Patreon giveaway. I'll be running that later. And we're also going to have our weekly duck race. So like always, for every $5 in Super Chat, you get a duck in the race. And the winner gets to pick one of the bags, A, B, C, or D, and each one has a blind flight in it. So, yeah, every $5 in Super Chat will get you an entry into the duck race. Now, I do have some guests tonight. I have Chris and Kat from Bonding Over Bourbon that are going to be joining us. And I'm going to go ahead and bring them on stage. Hey, guys.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it's been a while. We're happy to be back.
Yeah, it's been a few months, but yeah, it's good to have you guys back on.
Yeah, we still need to have you on our live stream.
I know. We've been slacking on our live streams.
Yeah, it's, I've been working trying to get guests lined up. Like I'm trying to line people up out in the future. Now I'm trying to get like 5 or 6 weeks out at a time. So instead of trying to wait the last minute.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to do it if you can afford to do it.
Yeah. Tom said, I really wish you could post gifts in the YouTube chat. I've always thought that too. I've always would like that. That'd be cool. Too bad we can't. So if you guys aren't familiar, Chris and Kat have a YouTube channel, much like ours. They do reviews and like blinds, and they do hunting videos and stuff like that. But they're a married couple, and you guys are out of Chicago, correct?
We are.
Yeah.
Dating, but not married.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. She keeps trying to get me to marry her, and I'm dragging my feet.
now I don't want to. So.
And I am putting a link to their channel in the chat. So if you guys haven't already, go check them out. They got some good content, especially if you're going to be anywhere around that Chicago area.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You're going to see a barrage of stuff coming from Wisconsin and Kentucky soon.
Oh, nice.
We have a big 3-day trip down in Kentucky in the 7th through the 9th of August.
Yeah, 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, so you'll see those videos coming out in about 3 weeks is what we're saying.
Nice. I'll actually be in Wisconsin next month because we are doing a Driftless Glen pick.
Oh.
So, yeah, we are going to be headed up there for our Driftless Glen single barrel.
Any word on what kind of whiskey you're picking from them?
A barrel strength bourbon.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's a couple of weeder barrels floating around from them right now. They're like 5 years old, I think.
Ooh.
I think we're expecting the barrels we picked from to be 7 to 8 years.
Nice.
So, David, I got your entry. Thank you. But yeah, so we're headed up there the end of August to do that pick. So
that's awesome.
And yeah, it's going to be a good time. And I will be also I'll probably be in Kentucky here sometime, either somewhere in the next few weeks. I'm going to be going down there. I got to go pick up a bottle somebody's holding for me in Louisville. So I'll be down that way here in a few weeks.
That's awesome.
There's always a reason to go.
Yeah.
Sugar Kitty, people have been talking about the rye from Driftless Glen. I've never had their rye. I've only had their bourbons, and I do like their bourbons. That's why I was like, okay, to go do a pick with them. But I haven't had their rye before. But people are saying their rye is very good.
Yeah, we haven't tried their rye yet either.
Only their bourbons.
Yeah, same here. All I've had is the bourbons. But yeah, I'm hearing good things about the rye. So I don't know. When I get there, who knows? It might change up. I don't know. But my plan is to do a barrel strength bourbon pick. So
yeah, and then you're going to be like, now I have to leave with a rye.
Yeah. Yeah. So I sent you guys some samples.
We did. We have them right here.
Sugar Kitty. I'll absolutely try some. Yeah, I'll try some when I'm there, no doubt. I just, the plan for the barrel is to do a bourbon. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You never know what you'll leave with, right? Tom Black says he's going to be in Louisville next Thursday through Sunday. If anyone wants to have a drink, so
sure to Uber around.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I sent you guys some samples for us to kind of go over, and just talk about. And being like a YouTube whiskey channel, it's challenging sometimes to send out samples to people because, we kind of do this as a thing. We've got so many, and if you all know, if you have a whiskey channel, you got so many bottles. It's hard to. Can I find something that other people don't have because you don't know everybody else's collection?
Right.
So I tried to send you guys stuff that I think you might not have tried. Now, one I did send you. I know one of them was our barrel pick.
Okay.
But,
I'm excited to try that.
The other ones are they're like not kind of mainstream. So I thought maybe there's a chance you haven't tried them.
Yeah, the MB Roland we've seen a ton of times, but we've just never picked it up. And then the Old Glory, we've never seen before, or if we have seen it, it's been like out of sight, out of mind.
Okay, so I think we'll probably go ahead. The Old Glory is bottled in bond, right? So this is a distillery in Clarksville, Tennessee, which is right across the border from Kentucky, and they have two mash bills they do for bourbon. One's bourbon, and it's a rye mash bill. It's corn and rye and barley, and then they have their Tennessee whiskey. Their Tennessee whiskey is actually corn, wheat, and barley, so they don't have any rye in their Tennessee whiskey.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, when I did their flight, I liked the bourbon. I like the rye recipe much better, which kind of comes with. I prefer a rye over a wheater personally, so it kind of makes sense why I did. But their bottled in bond is 6 years old, so it's
nice.
A 6-year-old bottled in bond.
Okay.
So if you guys, I think we can go ahead and start with that since it is 100 proof. It's a little lower than the others.
I'll leave pouring to Chris.
I'm going to save just a little bit in case we really like it and want to put it in our Thunderdome.
That's true.
Sugar Kitty said, particularly if you can do one bourbon barrel and one rye. I'm quite sure from the experience their ryes can be a sellout. I don't know if I can do. I don't think I can do 2 barrels. That's a lot. That's too much.
You have to crowdsource it.
Yeah.
That's really pleasant.
Yeah, and this is their own distillate. This is not sourced from anywhere. So
nice.
Interesting. It's a little floral.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact recipe. I just remember the bourbon had rye and the Tennessee whiskey was wheat.
It's so rare to see like a Tennessee whiskey that has a wheat backbone to it.
Paul, I got your entry.
I get like apple blossoms, and that's my first smell of the day.
Yeah, her nose didn't work right
now. Apple blossoms and like the like the sugar candy that you get at like what is like rock sugar? Is that what I want to say?
Rock candy?
Rock candy?
Like rock candy. I do get an apple on there and like a apple and sugar. I definitely get like a sugar on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get like a crisp red apple.
Red apple, absolutely, yes.
Not a ton of fruit. I get mostly like the skin on it. That smells good.
It does smell good.
David said the Old Glory sample was good, but our Blue Note crushed it. So David got a sample of this, and he also has our Blue Note pick. So he tried them. He won that in one of the duck races. It was a Tennessee whiskey blind. So it was like those two, and I can't remember what the third one was.
Ooh. I got a little bit of cinnamon on the nose too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's the hug.
Yeah, it's like a little peppery up front.
Ooh.
The finish is pretty long.
Yeah. It's not like an overwhelming hug too, which I like.
Yeah.
So you get like the full capture of like flavor before like it starts hitting you right in the chest.
I think it's got a really nice mouthfeel for 100 proof.
Yep.
And it does have that nice finish for 100 proofer. I get some fruitiness in the mid palate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The apple carries through to the palate.
Yeah, this is really good.
I want one more sip.
What's MSRP on this one?
I think I paid after tax, it was around $60. So it was like 56 or 55 plus tax, something like that.
That's a pretty good deal for a 6-year bonded.
Yeah, it was very well priced, well, I would say competitively priced, I guess you could say. And I thought it was really nice for a smaller craft distillery.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, this is really good.
And they're not in a lot of states now. So they're, it was like something we kind of came across when we were on a trip down to Memphis, and we just saw, that we were doing the Tennessee has a trail, much like Kentucky does. They have a distiller's trail. And we were doing the distiller's trail, and this was one of the stops. And so, hey, we stopped and tried it out. I actually came away pretty impressed with it.
Peeking at the screen here, and if you see us keep looking down, we're not doing shady stuff. We just moved our monitor down here. So we've definitely seen that bottle before, and I've seen it on, are you familiar with Unicorn Auctions?
Yes, I have seen it on, well, I haven't seen it on Unicorn Auctions, but I know Unicorn Auctions, what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I saw that pop up, I think like last week, and we just kind of skipped on it because we didn't really know anything about it. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of kicking myself for it. I could have got it for like $35, I think.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would have been a buy for sure.
That's the nice thing about Unicorn Auctions is like the regional stuff that you just cannot get your hands on.
Yeah.
You can like scoop it up at like a low price.
Yeah, they value those regional brands at like incredibly low margins. And even some of like the stuff that just sits on shelves now that's considered limited or allocated, like Boo-Rye from High West. I mean, you could scoop it up for like less than half of MSRP.
Yeah. The problem is paying shipping, but you guys are in Chicago, which is where Unicorn Auctions is at. So you don't got to ship, right? You can go pick it up.
Yeah, we just take multiple trips throughout the month.
Yeah. So that is nice. You guys have that local. You can go pick that up and get some of those auction wins. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We never go for the actual unicorns. Those are like way out of our price point. And it's funner to like hunt for it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, the regional ones are super cool to like get.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You said that this was like right on the border of Kentucky and Tennessee.
Yeah, it's not far over the border from Kentucky, Clarksville. It wasn't very far across the border if you're going that direction. So yeah. I can't tell you exactly where, but I know we were headed to Memphis, so we were headed that route, and we went through. It's not too far from MB Roland, if you know where MB Roland is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like across the border from there. It's not that far away.
Yeah, I think if we had waited a little bit longer to do our Thunderdome, this might have been in the running.
Yeah. I mean, we still haven't done Tennessee.
Well, this one still counts as Kentucky.
That's true, I guess. I re-smelled this, and now I'm getting like Quaker cinnamon apple.
Interesting.
Oatmeal. Yeah.
Patrick says duck races are better than auctions. He won 2 Dusties for $70.
Nice.
Yeah, they are. The only thing is with a duck race, you're putting your money in win or lose. With an auction, you're only putting your money in if you win. So.
Yeah, this is very good.
Yeah, so I was very impressed with it. I thought it was good. I did do a video on them last year when I was there. They took me in and gave me a tour, and the guy took me around and did an interview. One of the, I can't remember what, I don't think he was the master distiller, but he was like one of their assistants or whatever. But also they had single barrels, and the single barrels were really good. And I didn't pick one up. I probably should have, but yeah, their single barrels, which was basically the same thing at a higher proof. They said their single barrels are in the same, they're like 6 to 7 years old. They were last year, and they were very good as well. So I was impressed with their bourbon. So that's why I said that out. I thought maybe you hadn't had a chance to try it, and it's one I like to give people because I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah, for sure. This is definitely one that I'm going to keep my finger on the pulse with Unicorn. to see if I can just scoop up a bunch of them.
And anybody just joining, we are doing the Old Glory bottled in bond bourbon from Clarksville, Tennessee, from Old Glory Distilling. Also, anybody just now joining, we will be having a duck race tonight. For every $5 in Super Chat, you get a duck in the race, and the winner will get to choose one of the bags behind us, and each one has a blind flight in it.
That's such a cool idea.
That is cool.
Yeah, and I try to do themes with them. Like the person who won last week, Tracy, she won. It was Larceny A123, B523, C923. So it was the entire 2023 lineup of Larceny and stuff like that. I always try to have some kind of theme in mind with the blind flight.
Yeah, that's really smart.
There's always one that you haven't tried too, that you're like, ugh, I had the chance to buy it, but I didn't buy it that day. So that's cool to get like the full lineup and do like a head-to-head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that was the year Fred Minnick put 2 of the Larcenys in his like top 10.
Ah.
Yeah, we kind of slept on Larcenys for a little while. Everything up until like 22, we found to be like, I think it was like B522 was the last one that we bought.
I think so.
It was just a little on like the more astringent side, so we just decided to stop buying them. And then we picked up the
B524.
I think it was C924.
C9. Yeah.
The rebranded bottle, and it honestly just blew us away.
It's like a vanilla cream bomb.
Yeah.
That one is so good.
And like Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah.
Patrick said the Larceny in 2023 was in Minnick's top 3. I think
Wow.
C923 was in the top 3, and then B523 was like number 8 or 9. So I think there were 2 in the top 10. Yeah, and 1 was in the top 3.
Larceny really paid him off that year.
Oh.
Getting that Heaven Hill money.
She does not represent our channel's views.
Oh.
She represents her own views.
I mean, of course, but I'm just
Dean,
of course.
Dean, I got your entries through Venmo, just to let you know. All right, so next on the list, I sent you guys a sample of our Blue Note pick that we did. So if we can just
I have them in order.
So if we can go ahead and do that one, we'll move on from the Old Glory. And for me, this is officially a bottle kill.
Ooh.
Oh,
so
we love Blue Note.
Yeah.
We don't get a lot of it up here.
We just had the first store pick in the state recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So this was the tater sticker on the bottle.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's the first bottle kill for me of it. We do still have some of this available. If anybody in the chat is interested in buying it, I actually put the link. It should be up at the top of the chat, the link to go buy the bottle.
That nose is already pleasant.
It's pleasant.
Yeah.
It's also strong. Like it is popping out of that glass.
It's very oily. I see a bunch of legs on the glass.
Oh, yeah. I give it to you again. It kind of reminds me of an Old Forester nose.
I could see that. I get a little like soft, maybe like almond kind of on the nose.
I get like a confectionery sugar kind of on
Yeah.
it. And a little bit of like a sweet oak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
know
I got a whisper of cherry too.
Yeah. Like if somebody made like a barrel aged macaroon, I kind of get that nose from it.
Why doesn't that exist?
Barrel aged almonds.
Yeah.
Starlight will probably make some kind of version of it if you.
Right?
Yeah.
You're not wrong. And then people will sleep on it until it's at like end of bin prices.
And it's like $19, and they're like, why aren't they making this anymore?
Hey, Okanagave, welcome. Cheers. But yeah, so we did this pick. We went down to Memphis, had a group of Patreons and a couple other channels with me. Adam from Major Zero was there, and some guys from Life on the Patio, and we did this pick down there.
Yeah, this is stellar.
Wow, that's a great mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was surprised when I looked at the label and I saw 119 proof because it definitely doesn't drink that.
It tastes like a little hotter.
For me, I don't get as much alcohol burn. I get a little bit more kind of peppery rice spice.
The pepperiness.
I get pepper on the finish. I think I love the finish on it.
Yeah.
To me, it's like the finish kind of hits in the back and then it kind of moves forward.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I think it's because of that pepperiness.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
I
very
really like the
smooth.
finish on it.
Like it just has like a really nice, like soft feel in your mouth too, where it's just like you want to keep drinking more and more.
Yeah. I've looked at the glass like 3 times already, but I'm trying to slow it down.
Yeah, Nick, click on the link at the top of the chat. You can go order one of our picks. Yeah, we still got some in stock there.
We might need you to send that link to us.
Right?
All right.
That
it
oak
was,
is coming through a lot more. Like after the first sip, I'm smelling it like a lot more in the glass. Almost like a funky type of like oak.
Funky oak?
Funky oak.
I compared it when I first had it. It reminded me kind of something that was French oak. It's a little, almost like sweet and spicy oak.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. No, this is very good. This is easily, I would say that this is probably better than the Blue Note that we had from both Texas and from, I think it was like an Ajax pick that we had in Tennessee.
I think so. Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah,
I get a little red licorice too.
I like it. I thought it was really good, and I didn't know until we went to Blue Note and we talked to the people there and stuff that their mash bill, or actually their source, is Green River. So this is Green River. It's just they age it 1 year at Green River, and then they ship it to Memphis, and it ages down in the Delta for the rest of the time.
Gotcha. So we heard a story that supposedly Green River started giving out these barrels because they were on a pallet and it fell off the pallet and there was too much wood contact just by shaking around. So that's why they started to just offload all of these to Blue Note. And I think it kind of shows with the amount of like woodiness that you get on the finish, but it's not a bad thing. It's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I for sure like it.
A lot of the times we get like Green River picks and they don't have a lot of like character to them. Like you don't really taste the oak. It's mostly just like
baking spice.
Yeah, and caramel. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
I thought this one was more complex. I've went through several bottles of Blue Note and I've liked them. I don't think I've had one I really disliked. But this one I felt was a little more complex than the others I've had, and it definitely was the most complex of the barrels we tried.
Mm-hmm.
How many barrels did you had to pick through in order to get this one?
3. So we did 3 barrels. Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Cheers, Bryant. Yeah, Bryant got several bottles. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, so there we go. That was the first 2 were Tennessee distilleries. We got Old Glory. We have Blue Note. We went up a little bit in proof. And I'm trying to remember what else I sent you. Did I send? I'm pretty sure I sent you the MB Roland.
Yeah, the straight corn.
And the Dominic wheat whiskey. Yep. Okay. So why don't we move on to the MB Roland?
I got the exact order right.
So this is actually a straight corn whiskey. It's not bourbon. And it is a single barrel corn whiskey. So it's coming in at 112.8 proof. It's almost like a barrel proof mellow corn.
Wow.
Do you know any information about like what type of barrels they're using for it? Because I know corn whiskey is a little more open.
I do not.
Oh, that nose is wild.
I know. It's unlike anything I've smelled before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this and I was like, I tried. So at the store I got it from, I don't know if you've ever been to Westport Wine and Spirits in Louisville.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. They have their single barrels out and you can sample them. Their barrel pick before you try them. So I was able to sample this before I got it. When I tried it, I was like, oh man, I got to get this. This is like people like mellow corn. This is like a mellow corn killer. This thing's much better than mellow corn.
Say less. I'm in. Mellow corn is usually what we have when we really want to like reset our palates. You know, every once in a while when you get palate fatigue, you're like, am I even tasting things anymore? And then you just break out a mellow corn and you're like, yep, I'm still tasting this.
Yeah, and this one is actually signed by the master distiller. They had all their bottles signed. But so yeah, and it was like $35.
That's a good deal.
That's wild. The ethanol really comes through on the nose. It's a little difficult to get like a lot of like smelling notes from it.
Yeah.
I got a little cornbread, like a little sweetness, like cream corn, but I wasn't getting a lot more from it.
Yeah. I got that in like Barrel House Funk.
Yeah. Cornbread is kind of the main thing. That was a good way to say it. That's what I get. Cornbread, and I get that specific grain note you get from something that's pot stilled.
Yeah. And you don't know how to describe it unless you like know.
Yeah, you just have to know it's something pot stilled, what it smells. You get the smell and a specific taste. It's like almost like some type of grain. It's like a graininess that's part of it.
Like a funky grain.
Yeah. But it's got a really nice mouthfeel.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
It puts your mouth really well.
Yeah. It sits on your mid palate a lot. But it doesn't have like that pepperiness that the other two had. It's more just like a lingering kind of burn.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good. Do you know if there was like an age statement on it?
Let's see. No, no age statement, but it does have the mash bill. It is 95% white corn with 5% malted barley.
Nice.
Okay. I taste the barley. Now
Okay.
that you say barley.
It just says aged at least 2 years. It does not say how old.
Yeah.
So,
I get the barley funk now. Maybe that was what I was smelling. I just couldn't put my finger on it.
Yeah. They get like over roasted.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad, you're drinking Russell's 15 instead of beer tonight. And I saw Trevor said he cracked open a beer. So you got normally Brad's on here drinking beer when we're talking about whiskey.
That's the opposite.
Yeah, you got to treat yourself every once in a while.
Honestly, yeah. We treat ourselves way too often.
Yeah, but so that was MB Roland straight corn whiskey. Again, I thought maybe that's something you may not have tried, and I'm trying to figure out something to send out to other channels. So
I like it. I don't think I would have picked it up, but now that I tried it, I'm like, maybe I'll be looking at that brand, especially for the price point too.
Yeah.
Donald, I got your entries. Thank you. Anybody just joining? We are having a duck race later. For every $5 sent in Super Chat, you get to pick a bag, A, B, C, or D, and each one has a mystery flight in it. Yeah, so again, I wouldn't have got it if I hadn't been able to try it first. But I like the stores that will let you try their barrel picks. They have them out to sample before you buy. And you don't see a lot of stores doing that, but I do like the ones that do it.
We've been telling like all the stores that we go to, I'm like, if you really want to sell your barrel picks, either put like tasting notes on the shelf or let customers try it, because the minute they try it, they're going to be like, oh, why do I have this like Buffalo Trace in my hand when I can get this?
Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah, more stores need to do it.
We've recently run into like a string of like first year ownership stores lately. And they're like, I don't know, like, what do we do? And we just like rattle off like 10 things that they need to start doing immediately. And that's like probably number one.
Yeah.
It's like, if you have store picks, they're never going to sell unless you let people try them. You also got to keep your prices down so you get volume sales instead of like trying to nickel and dime people. It's like, because that will bring in more customers and that'll also get you more access to other products and barrels. And they're like, oh, okay, we're going to start doing this. I'm like, thank you.
Like, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and especially you need to be able to try the barrel picks when it's something like this that nobody, like, who knows what MB Roland is? How many people have tried it or really know it? If they don't get to try it, they're not going to buy it.
For sure. We've passed up that whole brand at least like a dozen times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been to the distillery twice and didn't buy a bottle at the distillery. And I didn't buy one until I tried this at a store.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep our eyes out for this brand again.
All right. We'll move on to the last one. So this one is Old Dominick, and this is their wheated whiskey that they've recently released over the last several months.
Yeah, this is like we were excited to try all of these, but for me, I love Old Dominick, but we don't really get a ton of it out here. So this is the one that I was like the most intrigued by because, I mean, most of their other stuff is really low proof.
Yeah, this is a single barrel. This one's like 127, I think, 123. But it's it's 7 years old. So this is a 7-year wheated whiskey. This is actually a pick from Buster's. I don't know if you've ever been down to Memphis. It's one of the big stores down there in Memphis, Buster's.
I don't think so.
No, but we've seen some people that do bourbon hunting videos out there talk about it. So
Alicia, I got your entry. Yeah, so
we're gonna check it out.
Yeah, this was a pick from Buster's. I ended up getting this. I also got a Stag Store pick from them when I was down there.
Nice.
But so the Old Dominick, this is the first time I'd had it. It was fairly new when we went down there. It'd only been out for like maybe a month, their wheated release. And I tried it. And I thought I really liked it. I was like, okay, I'm definitely grabbing a bottle of that. And again, Buster's, it was the Buster's 2 location, have a bar where you can try their single barrels, just like the last place I was talking about. So I got to try it, liked it, and bought a bottle. And then after we did our Blue Note pick, we went over to Old Dominick, and we actually went to Gus's Chicken, which is right across the street from Old Dominick. We got Gus's. We went back. We sat at the bar, and we drank at Old Dominick while eating our chicken. So
that sounds like heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Really cool bar when we were in, what was it, Nashville? The place that like customizes cocktails for you. Attaboy. That place was wild. If you're ever in Nashville and like want just like someone to take care of you, you literally just go in and you say like, I really like sweet flavors. I really like floral flavors. I really like citrus in my cocktail. And they're like, I got you. And then they make like a wild cocktail that you could never make at home
with hand pressed juice.
Yeah, and every one is like they like cut the ice right in front of you too.
They start with a big rock and shave it down, so they put it in the shaker for like the perfect amount of dilution. It's honestly kind of nuts.
I got you, Trevor. I got your entry. Thank you. Anybody just joining? We are having a duck race later. Every $5 in Super Chat, you get a duck in the race. The winner gets to pick a bag. Each bag has a blind flight. Nashville, honestly, where is that in like downtown Nashville?
I think right outside of Nashville.
Because I hate downtown Nashville. It was just way too busy for me.
We avoided the main area of downtown because we knew it was going to be a nightmare, and we just kind of went everywhere around it. Had a lot of pretty decent food. Had a lot of like cool stores to check out. Took a trip down to Jack Daniel's, which is quite a drive.
Yeah. It's interesting. Historical Edgefield and East End.
Guys, I just posted their YouTube link again in the chat. If you haven't, go check out their channel.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we go to Jack Daniel's usually 2 to 3 times a year. We're squires down there. We go down for the different events. And so yeah, we pass through Nashville, but normally we just stop at like where the Jack Daniel's store is. There's that kind of like little mall, where there's some different distilleries in the area. Yeah. Nick, I got your entry. Thank you. But we try to avoid downtown Nashville.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of char.
Yeah.
I got like coconut. He said coconut originally on the nose, and then I instantly got that. But the palate has a ton of char, a little bit of like coconut flavor to it.
Yeah. Like
I get a spearmint. I get a real nice spearmint on it.
I can see that. Yeah. It definitely has like a lot of kind of minty, mentholated stuff going on the finish.
Wow.
Oak and agave, cheers, Squire.
Man, we got to send you a flight like that. I
know, we really do. We have so much stuff.
Yeah, I like I said, when I'm dealing with other channels, I try to avoid like I'm sure you guys had the Weller and the Stags. You've had all that stuff, so I don't send that out. I try to send out stuff that, like last time I had you on, I sent you those Ohio distilleries.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm sure you probably haven't been to Ohio to hit these distilleries that aren't distributed, much outside the state, stuff like that. So
Yeah, which I love. Like, we need to send a bunch of Illinois stuff over.
Yeah. Well, some of what we have is like okay.
But the Jepson's maple,
Yeah,
that one is insanely good.
that one's crazy.
my wife loves maple. That's her. She loves maple finished stuff.
There you go.
You might have to hide this sample from her. We talked to our buddies because we know some of the people that work at CH Distilling that do all like the sourcing and blending program for Jepson's. We had them reach out to Whiskey Row, now the One Row, and they just sent a whole bottle, and it was gone in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Matt Morano, how does one enter a duck race? You send a super chat, or you can Venmo me. But for every $5, you get a duck in the race.
I see somebody in the comment is
No, shut up,
Lord.
Patrick. Shut up, Patrick.
No Malort. We did have
Patrick
double
being a
aged
smartass.
Malort, and that was awful.
Yeah, I believe all forms of Malort are awful. Except
Yeah,
for-
I think they're meant to be. They do it on purpose.
I think the worst one I've ever had is the pumpkin spice Malort.
Oh God. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Why would you drink more, or you would try more than one version of Malort? I'm not sure, but
Because we're in Chicago and we were at CH and they're like, do you want to try it? Like, it's on tap. And we're
Mhm.
like, okay.
So Okanagave Prince said he subbed to you guys. So thank you
Yay,
very
thank
much.
so much.
you.
Appreciate you.
He's actually going to be my guest next week.
Nice.
He has a
nice.
channel. He has a channel as well.
We'll follow you back. We've seen you in the chat for a couple of channels, and
Yeah.
we just sometimes get hyper focused on the actual live.
Brad, that was such a dirty trick Patrick pulled when he did that. So we were doing our monthly bourbon meeting, and Patrick was hosting in January, and whoever hosts is supposed to provide a fresh crack for the group. And he was providing King of Kentucky. He had won it in a raffle, in the lottery. So we went to open up the King of Kentucky. He opened up the tube and he pulls out a Malort. He goes, "Psych, it's Malort." And
That's so vile.
That's so weird. Then it just ruins your palate the entire thing too. There's
Yeah.
nothing you can taste other than wormwood.
No, we didn't drink the Malort. He just did that, and then we made him pull out the King of Kentucky, and we drank.
Oh,
the King of
good.
There we go.
Yeah.
Which the King of Kentucky, I don't know if you guys have had it. It's absolutely amazing.
It's
Absolutely.
really, really good.
We haven't had a chance to get one, but we've tried it at a friend's house. It's honestly really good. Some of the best stuff coming out of Brown Foreman.
So what do you guys think of this weeded whiskey from Old Dominic?
I mean, no notes. It's amazing.
It's insanely good. Really oaky, a little sweet, peppery, nice hug. All around, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't guess it's 124 proof.
No, I wouldn't either.
To me, I haven't had a lot of wheat whiskeys. I've only had maybe 3 or 4, but this is the best wheat whiskey I've had, actually, was this one. I mean, it's much better than one of the other ones I've had, the Woodford Reserve wheat, and I've had a couple others that Bernheim, it never really impressed me. But this Old Dominic was definitely the best of the wheat whiskeys I've had.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had, I think Bernheim for us is probably the poster child for wheat whiskey.
Yeah, that's the one I thought I hated wheat whiskey with.
The Woodford Reserve wheat's pretty awful.
We tried it 2021, I think.
Yeah.
And we weren't big fans of it. We're honestly not huge fans of Woodford in general because, I mean,
same here.
They just have enough traction already, and no shade to whoever likes it, but we feel like it's not very challenging.
It's like an entry level whiskey. It's not gonna really
even other entry level whiskeys I think are better than the basic Woodfords.
Yes.
The only Woodford I've had that I really liked was that chocolate redo. that came out
Yeah.
this year, and that's
Trying
really,
to
really good. That's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, there's no places that have it up here, and I tried bidding on unicorn auctions for it, and then very, very quickly gave up. It got out of hand.
Yeah, the distillery sold out. I had called the distillery when we were down there. They had sold out, but then like the next weekend, they actually released it at some Kroger's down in Kentucky, and a friend of ours was down there. They grabbed us one, so
Nice.
I was able to get one. Fortunately,
That's awesome. Do you wanna maybe
Mark,
do a
did you
sample
super
swap?
chat make it? I did not see. Let me look back. I did not see a super chat from you, Mark.
Try to show 'em what we got.
Sure.
Do you want to maybe do a sample swap? We can offer you something that we just got that's legendary.
For the Woodford.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Oh, I'm gonna dig it out.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna go jump over and check and make sure I don't see anything in my account for Mark's super chat, but I did not see it come through the chat.
You ready for this?
Yeah, Mark, I do not have a super chat from you. Yeah, what do you got? Let's see. Oh, is that the rye?
It is the rye.
Yeah,
2016 rye.
yeah, I'll do. If you want to do a sample swap, I'll definitely sample swap the.
I had a
the,
feeling I'd be
Woodford
twisting your
one.
arm.
Yeah, we can do that for sure. We'll make that happen. I've
Okay,
never had
deal.
that, so
We
I've heard
found
so many
this-
good things about it. But
Yeah, we found this at a liquor store for slightly marked up, but secondary on these is like $1,800.
That's crazy.
yeah, crazy.
We got it for like $350.
Oh my gosh, that's a buy all day. That's crazy.
I know, right? We almost passed up
It was
on
like
it.
what 2016, 2017. It's an older bottle.
2016.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2016.
Sonda, I got your chat. Thank you.
We were offered like this and like a BTAC or a birthday bourbon or like a Pappy, and we're
Jack 14.
Jack 14, and we're like, no, we'll take the
Well,
bookers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Have you cracked it yet?
Not
No,
yet.
not yet.
We're
Not yet?
waiting for my birthday. We're gonna crack it open.
Okay. That's a good time to do it on a birthday. That's a nice
Right?
birthday
I
crack.
thought so,
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. Tracy, I got your super chat. Thank you. Or your Venmo anyway for the duck.
Oh, and we got to send you some other things. We'll give you like a little sneak peek of stuff that we'll send you. Have
Okay.
you had anything from Maplewood?
I've never even heard of Maplewood.
So Maplewood is well, they started as a brewery and then pivoted to distilling. So
Okay.
everything that they make is done in the style that you would make beer with, but they just use like higher grade pulverizers and like grain mashing equipment. And their weeded won a San Francisco?
Yeah, 2. They won 2 San Francisco awards.
Yeah, I think they got double gold and gold maybe. Then we went to an event last week and they released a honey barrel weeded that is just unbelievably good. And then we also saw this one that really surprised us. It's called Bean County. So it's
Never heard of that either.
There's like
I almost thought that was an Obtainium. It looks
Yeah.
sort of like an Obtainium bottle.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it might be hard to see, but there's like an actual whole like vanilla bean inside of it.
Okay.
Normally don't mess with that kind of stuff because it seems gimmicky and really bad. But I got to try a taste of it at the bar, and then I was like, Kat, you have to try
It's
this.
so good.
Like, we need to walk home with a bottle.
And it was only $35. So I was like, yeah,
Oh,
like
there you
even
go.
if it's a mess up, like it's $35.
David said there goes the neighborhood because Sonda entered. Sonda is one of my Patreons, and she's on my chat, and she wins a lot when she enters these duck races. She said, I feel lucky. She's incredibly lucky. She's got some angels on her side or something.
For sure.
We have
Gary McDonald, cheers. Thanks for joining us. What we're talking about, guys, we'll be doing a duck race here shortly for every $5 in super chat. You get a duck in the race, and the winner gets to pick a bag, A, B, C, or D, and each bag has a blind flight. So, but I promise you, everything's good. I don't put any bad flights in there. There's no punishment pours in the bags.
No Malort.
No malorts. So do you know Bourbon and Balls? Have you ever seen their channel? I don't know if you're
Yeah.
familiar with them. So I've had them on several times. I had them on last week, and we go back and forth with samples. And I had sent them a punishment pour blind, and so I had them do that. That was a lot of fun.
Did they know it was a punishment blind?
Oh yeah, well, see, they have one they particularly hate called Fresh, and I sent them 2 blind samples, just A and B. I said they have the little blind caddy. You know what I'm talking about? The thing you put it in and you spit it, like it lets you do a blind yourself.
Yeah.
And I told them, well, add Fresh to that and take those 2 and do a blind. So they knew it was going to be bad if I was having them compare it to that. Mark, I got you. Thank you. So that's a lot of fun. Sometimes it's fun to do the punishment pours. Just get a laugh.
Yeah.
We have a flight that somebody sent us of all terrible pours that we've been like kind of dragging our feet on actually opening.
We need to do it during a live.
Tracy, yep, solo blind. Yep. That's what we were
they
talking
sell
about.
out of those quickly.
Yeah, and apparently the guy who makes them is here in Akron, where I'm at, but
Nice.
no idea. So chat, do you guys have any questions for Chris and Kat?
Yeah, lay it on us.
Oh.
They said bring it on.
This blue note is amazing.
I
man.
know. I want more of the blue note, but I want to like savor it for later too.
You can always go buy a bottle.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, that's true. We can go on his bottle shop.
Trevor said beer is done. He's switching to the Russell's Reserve Ohio pick.
Nice.
Russell's Reserve is always a nice go-to. You grab a Russell's. It's always a good pour. Fan of Russell's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we love the Russell's brand.
We love Russell's, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Wild Turkey fan in general. Like I'll even drink 101. I mean, I don't have a problem with really any of that. So, but yeah, I do think the Russells are a little bit better.
What did you like better, the 70th or the 8-year Wild Turkey?
70th. I thought 70th had a really nice, unique profile to it. Yeah.
Thank you. They're both good, but I think the 70th just really stands out between the two.
I agree. There was something unique about it. I don't know if it's like maybe a little more cinnamon on it or something. There was something that kind of pulled it outside the range of the standard 101, where the 8-year is much closer to the regular 101, like a little bit better version of it.
Yeah.
But you can tell it's like the same genus or whatever. The 70th I thought really stood out. So I liked the 70th a lot.
I liked both. I think I liked the 8 just a little bit more because I felt like it had like those nice like caramel notes, but just like amped up from the 101.
Now we did do a video where we did a blind between the regular 101, a Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit, a 70th, and the 12-year and the 12-year one.
The 12-year is like hands down the best, like air quote friendly, affordable, approachable one.
Yeah.
If you can get it in Japan, it's like $60, but it's getting discontinued.
Yeah, it's like 120 around here. Like you can get it in Louisville for 120. That's where I got that's not where I got mine. I got mine in a trade, but I've seen it down there in Louisville at Neat.
Yeah.
Neat has so many of them.
So many.
Yeah. Paul said he's about to blind the 101, 101 8-year, the 70th, and the 12-year. I expect the 12-year to win. That's a great blind though, for sure.
Yeah, for me, that's like hands down. The 12 is not even.
See, Mark. Now here's a contentious subject. Mark wants to know our opinions on the Willet pot still. I'll let you guys go first. I'm actually going to grab a bottle.
I think it's the best bourbon you can get. Honestly, I don't know why it just sits on shelves. I think everyone should buy it. No, I'm just
for context, she's a former stand-up, so half of what we do in this house is just throwaway jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to tell them the story, or should I?
Go ahead.
Okay.
So I'm going to pour some Russell's 13. This is actually batch 3.
Nice. Yeah, that's a really good one. So we scheduled like a really crazy day the first time we went down to Kentucky together, and we basically had like 4 distillery tours and tastings scheduled, and like I think we went to Heaven Hill and like maybe one other place before we went to Willet.
Mhm.
And then they poured something for us. They didn't tell us what it was. And we did the tour sipping on it. And we were like, wow, like this is actually decent. Like, what is this? And then
And it's so beautiful at Willet. So you're just like walking around looking at cats and stuff. And it's just fun.
yeah. And then we get to the end of the tour and they're like, what we poured for you is pot still. And I was like, I was like, we need to stop drinking the rest of today.
So the pot still, I mean, it's maybe not as bad. Like I have some stuff that's much worse. The problem is it's not good and it's a little more expensive, right? It's the price point.
Yeah.
So to me, I get like a distinct like burnt toast taste.
Yep.
Off of the pot still. That's very much like a burnt piece of toast. And I mean that's not the worst. I got stuff that's even worse than that. But for what they charge for it, I mean, it should be like, you know, if it was a $15 bottle, you can't complain.
Yeah.
But when you're paying like $45, well, it's not really a bad buy.
We've seen it for $90 up here, which is insane.
Yep.
I know.
That's insane.
It's like $12 a product in a $45 bottle.
Yeah, see, I agree with Trevor. It's not great. It's not terrible, but the problem is the price from what from where I've seen it.
It's like our meter. If like pot still starts tasting well, then we need to go home. Like, we have too much.
So we've actually flexed that a couple of times since we went to Kentucky for that experience. And we go like, okay, like, can we have just like a tiny little pour of pot still, just like not even a half shot? And then if we try it and we're like, oh, okay, this tastes good. I'm like, we're done. We're going home.
Nick, I'm guessing you must know Nick. He knows you guys. He said, how's the puppy?
Yeah. He's so happy. So we just got a corgi puppy and he's 10 weeks old. And he is a little terror.
Yeah.
But he's very sweet and cuddly and playful. So
yeah, I can send you a picture via email if you want to like put it up here so people can see what we're talking about.
Sure.
But yeah, he's cute. He's very, very sleepy still.
Yeah, which I like. I hope he just stays sleepy.
Okanagawa said you meant to say not great, terrible. I said not great, not terrible. Trevor said you pay for the bottle itself. You do. It is a very cool bottle.
It is.
I mean, they took the Buffalo Trace route of let's make a great bottle with some mediocre bourbon and sell it at a higher price point.
Well, that's how I feel about like the new E.H. Taylor, like distillers.
Oh, that is ridiculous, the price on that. There's no way.
It's a cool bottle, but at the same time, I'm like, how different is it from like the normal E.H. Taylor that you're getting?
It's also really confusing to release two premium versions of the same product in the same year.
Time. Yeah, I agree 100%. For the longest time, I knew the price for that distillers coming out. And then they announced the BTAC version, and I thought that was the price of the BTAC version.
Yes.
So I was like, oh my God, you're charging $1,500 for a bottle of BTAC, but everything else is like $150, $180.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
You know that E.H. Taylor is like rolling in his grave right now, too.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, like he never wanted his name on the business, period. Like that was his one agreement with George T. Stagg to get out of debt. Was like, yeah, I'll work with you. I'll work side by side, but I don't want my name on any bottles and I don't want it on the building. And eventually Stagg was just like, no.
No.
All right, I sent that picture over for you.
There we go. So there's your puppy.
He's so small.
Yeah, it's a cute little guy. Look at him.
Yeah, he is.
You know who that looks like?
Who's that?
Reminds me of Gizmo from Gremlins.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little like Gizmo.
We call him a little crackhead.
Yeah, he is a little crackhead.
Well, congratulations on the new puppy. Very cute. Very cute.
It's a very loud house now with two dogs, but it's fun.
We have 2 corgis now.
Oh my gosh. We have 1 dog and 3 cats. So
they all get along?
Yeah, they all get along. Our dog is frightened of the cats. So he stays in line.
Got smacked in the
yeah. And one of our cats is noisier than our dog. So
wild. That's awesome.
That's so funny.
Have you ever seen like a single cat that's grown up around dogs and they just have like dog-like personality?
Yeah. So what we've noticed is we had an orange cat and we got our dog and he grew up with the orange cat and those two were like best buddies.
Cute.
And the other two cats aren't the orange cats, and the dog kind of like shies away from them. He doesn't want to be around them. When our older orange cat died, the new cat we got was another orange cat, a kitten, and our dog took to it immediately. So I don't know if it's got something to do with like the colors they see or whatever, but like our dog loves the orange cats and is just scared to death of the other ones. It was funny.
That's because orange cats are superior. I also have an orange cat.
Okay. Yeah, we're more cat people than dog people. We like both. I mean, we like all animals, but we're definitely cat people.
Yeah, I know. I feel that. There's nothing better than like winning over the affection of something that hates you. Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, our cat Tater plays fetch better than our dog. You throw like the little mouse, our cat gets it and brings it back to you. You throw like the frisbee, our dog gets it and brings it, and as you start to head towards him, he runs away with it. Yep. He won't bring it back.
That's cute. Yeah, I love that.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so Tracy is a Yorkie. She's got her little Yorkie that she says she acts like a cat. The cat dog.
Cat dog, yeah. Our corgi will like rub. She grew up around my cat, so like the corgi will like rub against your legs and like go in between. And I'm like, you definitely learned that from being around cats. That is not a dog thing.
Yeah.
All right, last call for duck race. If you want a chance in the duck race, $5 in super chat, you get an entry. And while give that last call, I'm going to go ahead and run the giveaway for our Patreon monthly prize, which this month is a bottle of Weller Special Reserve.
Nice.
So one of our Patreons will be winning that. I'm going to go shuffle that up real quick and get that ready. Share this screen. And for our Patreons, we'll be doing the Monster Race timer. We are going to shuffle this 3 times. And here we go.
That's cute.
All right.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
You get to
It is. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Absolutely. You got the War of the Worlds mechanical alien.
Love it.
Oh, Triton runs up to try to take the lead, but he gets overtaken by Patrick. Jacob coming from behind. Oh, Stay Puft Marshmallow ran out of breath too quick. He fell back.
Oh, no.
Brad's in the lead. Brad is in the lead.
Yeah, that dinosaur
Here comes Daniel. Here comes Daniel. Last second sprint. Oh, that was very close. Let's go.
The alien.
Oh, Donald. War of the Worlds. Casey, you got that. You don't run out of breath when you're a machine, right? So, Donald, you just won a bottle of Weller Special Reserve. Congratulations,
so
Donald. I will give that to you.
Congrats, Donald. The aliens are on your side.
Rigged. Trevor said it's rigged.
Rigged.
Ohioans should be disqualified. No, nobody's disqualified. Yeah, so there you go. Donald, I'll reach out to you and I'll get that. I think I have your information already, but I'm sure I know I've shipped you some stuff before. So and so no more entries into the duck race, guys. It's going to take a minute. I'm going to drop off here, not drop off, but I'm going to flip over and I'm going to have to fill out the duck race. If maybe you guys could keep everybody entertained for a minute,
Yeah.
while I get this filled out.
Sure thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is definitely a much more timid crowd from our first appearance on your live.
I know.
They are. They're much quieter than last time.
I remember looking at the comments last time and being like, holy shit, what is going on?
I know, it's so less trolly. Where are the trolls today?
Yeah. Thank you again for bringing us on. We really appreciate this.
Oh, I'm glad you guys came on. It's a fun time.
Yeah, absolutely. We thought about it very fondly last time we were on here. We just remember laughing a bunch and just being like, well, this is cool. We should do stuff like this more often. So I think after this, we'll probably come up with like a flight to send you.
Definitely.
Some stuff that either maybe you've overlooked or stuff that you just don't really get out in Ohio.
Yeah, that sounds great. Actually, I'm always up for stuff like that. Especially something I've never tried. I like to try new stuff. So,
what are some things that you've heard about that you don't get out there? Like bucket list, whether it's unicorn or just like run of the mill.
Stuff I've heard about we don't get. Trevor, Patrick, you guys help me out. What's some stuff we don't get here in Ohio that we hear about a lot? I do so much traveling, it's hard because I'm in Kentucky and Tennessee and stuff a lot.
You get like Origin from like Dragon's Milk.
I've had Origins, yes, I've tried it before. I've tried that. I've tried the Von Payne.
Journeyman's.
Detling, I have a Detling, but I would always try more Detling. But I have some Journeyman's. I have not had. I'm not familiar with Journeyman's.
Okay,
We'll
send you some of their like really really good stuff. Judson and Moore is pretty good. They're still like young, small distiller kind of vibes, but their red corn is actually really good. Have you had Jimmy Red Corn?
Oh my God, yes, I don't like it. What I've had, I don't. No, I had their bottled in bond.
Okay.
Their bottled in bond is okay.
Yeah, this is like spicy Weller.
Okay. Oh, I'm trying to think of just any like specific distillery that like I don't have yet. Renee, I know my wife's watching. If she's had me mention something that we don't have, I can't think off the top of my head.
Yeah. We also have the ringneck rye, which is insanely good.
Yeah, I guarantee you've never seen this. This is from like a really small craft distiller. It's all family run. It's a 6th generation of farmers and 2 generation of distillers. The youngest person involved with it is like 6 years old. He basically like audibled a mash bill, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll make that for you." So it's just
someone said Cedar Ridge. You guys ever heard of Cedar Ridge? I'm not familiar with Cedar Ridge.
You've never had Cedar Ridge?
No, I'm not familiar with it.
I'm definitely going to send you some Cedar Ridge.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Out of Iowa, and it's really, really good. This is really good value. I think it's like $40 typically.
Yeah.
It's the blend for the age kind of shifts over time, but this is a 3 to 4 year. I think we've also seen like a 5-year one. Some are closer to like Stag meets Jack Daniel's barrel proof kind of notes. They're honestly really, really good.
All right. Yeah, I am not familiar with it. The only thing I know out of Iowa is Cat's Eye Distillery.
Yeah.
Cat's Eye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hardick said, cool setup. You guys got, I love your lighting. You got great lighting back there.
Oh, hi, Harry. Harry's awesome.
Hi, Harry.
Thank you for joining, Harry. Cheers.
Have you had Frey Ranch cheesecake?
I've had several Frey Ranches, and I have not liked any of them.
Okay.
So I haven't had that specific one, but yeah, I have not liked the Frey Ranch I have had. There's a couple of distilleries that like some people like that I'm just not a fan of.
Same.
Frey Ranch is one. The other is Nulu. I've tried a bunch of Nulu, and I haven't liked any of it. So
there's only one that we've ever truly enjoyed from Nulu,
and it's so abrasive.
Yeah, it was a Binny's pick. It's an Amburana finish, which I know somebody for sure is going to start like.
Yeah, they're going to be like, Amburana's awful. It's horrible. Yeah, people really don't like the Amburana. A lot of people don't. Yeah,
and I totally get it. And there are many that we've had that we've been like, this is terrible. This is like unbalanced. There's no restraint that's used.
Like a porta potty.
if it was like a cinnamon candle. Yeah. But yeah, the Nulu one is phenomenal. It tastes like the center of a Cinnabon.
Okay, I'm not a Nulu fan. I'm not a Frey Ranch fan, but I'm going to run this duck race real quick, guys. Let me get this done, and we'll continue talking.
Slipknot bourbon.
So here we go with the duck race, everybody. I'm going to shuffle 3 times. And here we go.
I like the one purple duck.
I know.
You got the one purple. Well, there's like the dark purple and kind of like the almost fuchsia with the stripes here. You got Superman duck. I would expect Superman duck to win, right? But usually it's the ones back here going to come up at the end and get it. So
yeah. Is that a strawberry duck?
That is a strawberry duck.
Oh.
It is. That was Sonda.
Where's your luck?
Well, Sonda, your luck's gonna run out. Oh, wait a minute. As we say that, here she comes. Here comes Nick.
Oh,
Nick,
no.
And Nick wins. There you go.
Nick.
All right, congratulations, Nick. You got the you get to win. So if hopefully he's still in the chat, and he can pick which bag he wants, A, B, C, or D.
Nice.
So we'll give him a time here to see if he responds, if he's still around. Have you guys tried any of the American light whiskey?
We've had some, but we haven't been able to try the Penelope.
No, not yet.
There's Nick. You're from out of nowhere. So Nick, I need you to pick a bag, A, B, C, or D, and see which flight you want. Bag D. All right. Let's see what he's got. Okay, so you won a Penelope blind. It is Penelope Cigar Sessions Batch 1. The Penelope 9-year, 109 proof.
Nice.
And the Penelope Family Estate 10-year single barrel,
Ooh.
105 proof. So, Nick, I need you to just send me your information. I'm going to put my email in the chat.
First time caller, first time winner. Love
Right.
that.
Yeah, what's a beginner's luck? Isn't that what they say? Yeah, you send me your information. I'll get you that blind. And yeah, so these are all pretty good. The 10-year single barrel is actually really excellent. I don't know if you've had any of the Family Estate single barrels.
I don't.
We had the 10 with Harry.
Oh yeah, we did have the 10. That one was really good.
And we have a sealed 9 sitting around somewhere.
Yeah, they're pretty good. The Family Estates, I like those. I don't like some of the base Penelopes, but some of their other stuff
Yeah.
I like.
You can miss us with any of the 4 grains.
The 4 grains.
Sawdust and Coffee said the Penelope 17-year is a top 5 he's had this year. You know what? It's actually probably in my top 5 too. I love it. We did an American, like one of our videos is an American light whiskey shootout where we had a series of them, and that won it for me. That was my favorite one.
Ooh.
Of course,
So,
the one that we didn't try.
I am a fan.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't been able to find it for reasonable prices around here. I think we've seen like somebody asking for like 300.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too much.
Penelope.
Because we're control state, I managed to get one when they dropped here, so it was like $90 plus tax or whatever the MSRP is. So, but it is fantastic. But I'm an American light whiskey fan in general. Like I like all of the ones I've had. It's just I like some more than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get our hands on one of those, or at least a sample.
Have you guys had any of the Obtainiums?
Oh, don't get me started.
We have, yeah.
Obtainium, if I could afford it, I would drink so much of that I would become broke, blind, and penniless.
You would
Yeah, they're so good. I love them. I've got a Stitzel-Weller aged one. It's like 27 years in Stitzel-Weller barrels.
That's the one that we tried.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so good.
did I send you that one last time? I don't know if
No,
you read it somewhere else.
at
Okay.
one of the liquor stores that we
The Iris in
at
Wisconsin.
Iris, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Absolutely. I need to get another one. It's so good.
Yeah.
And that's one of the places like I know like Devin. I don't think you haven't met Devin, but the guy I normally do the channel with who's out on deployment, he's on whatever he's sent out with the military. When he gets back, he wants to do a Obtainium pick if we can.
That would be amazing.
I mean, if you want to do a cross-channel thing.
If you want to try it.
Trevor asks, how's the Old Fit 7? I really like it. Have you guys had it yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine, but it was a little underwhelming.
Yeah, it's good for the price point. If you can get it for MSRP, considering what it is, it's like pretty decent. I think that people need to taper expectations because they see like the bottle, like we have it back here, and they're like, "Oh, it's going to be amazing." It's a shelfer.
I liked it. I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
But I get it at, again, we're in Ohio, so it was like $59.99 or whatever the MSRP was. And I thought it was very good at that price. We just actually fresh cracked it last night.
Nice.
And as like your early pour, your opening pour, I think it's a very nice opening pour. I would
100%.
absolutely put that as like one of my, like I would put that as probably my top 5 or 6 starters as a starter pour at MSRP. Yeah. Again, I wouldn't pay $300 for one.
No, if you're paying $300, you're getting like
ripped off.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like, but if you're buying it at MSRP, buy it. It's going to be a good pour.
Yeah, $65. I think it's a great pour at that price.
Yeah, for sure. It does have Sorry, go ahead.
It reminds me a little bit of like a little bit. Do you have the 10-year Old Fits?
We have the 11.
Is that the 11?
Yeah.
The 10-year had a really strong raspberry note, and I think the 7 has like that note, but a little more muted. So it's got like a muted raspberry to it that I really liked.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to revisit it. We only had it once, so.
Yeah. I remember liking it a lot.
Yeah. In fact, I'm gonna pour some right now.
All right, let's do it.
We have new glasses.
Just do the one.
And we did manage to get it in the bag, which I love.
Of course.
Yeah, we got a bag for ours too, but it's so hard to get it to sit on that shelf in the bag.
Yeah, this is actually dropping this week in Ohio. It just started dropping, so
nice.
I know David got one. I saw today you posted, David, you got one. I know Trevor's looking to get it.
The nose,
a nice note. Yeah. Again, taking into account, $60 bottle. Oh. I think it's definitely.
There are samples there.
Yeah,
it's a nice bottle at MSRP. Absolutely.
And it does look very beautiful. I love like all the geometric design, even on the wooden cork.
Well, I love that the top of the cork has the old Fitzgerald like carved into it.
Yeah.
See? Yeah, it's got a really nice bottle.
I think I see your raspberry note on this. Instead of like fresh raspberries, I get raspberry tea, like raspberry leaf tea.
Like rooibos tea?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like a muted raspberry. On the 10-year, it's a lot more pronounced. It's a lot stronger. If you get like the 2024 10-year is the strongest raspberry flavor I've ever had on a whiskey. But this is like that kind of muted down. So I can see where you say like a raspberry tea.
This has opened up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It has.
It's a little bit more round.
Yeah. I think we got this 2 weeks ago.
2 or 3, something like that.
It really did open up.
Yeah, I wish you luck, Trevor. I mean, so the places here in Ohio where it's dropping 2 or 3 cases at every place that gets it, but not every place gets it. So it's almost like a crapshoot of you're hoping the store you go to actually has it.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's hunting here in Ohio can be very hit or miss. I mean, it's great. That stuff is MSRP, but you got to put in some time and a little bit of luck on if you're at the right spot or not.
It's the same here.
Well, kind of. You don't know what places are
True.
Getting things, and you don't know what they're getting.
It's all rumored.
Yeah, and then a lot of taters will just go to like 3 or 4 places that got something and just stock up. So we'll see like a success post in one of our Discord groups that we're in that's like, here's 6 Eagle Rare 12s, and you're like, that's cool. Thanks.
Yeah, that's we see that here too. I mean, that's the same thing. When they have something that drops like every day, so the liquor stores here, different stores get their delivery like each day. Stores get it, and so people know the schedule. So like Monday they go here, Tuesday they go here, Wednesday they go here, and normally it's during working hours. So you have the people who maybe are all they do is go to get these bottles to flip, or at all these spots every day, and they manage to get the majority of it.
Man, you guys have it bad. Oh, see, our stores, they get everything on one day, and then just like a swarm of locusts of taters just completely come down. Like, we've heard people waiting in aisles, harassing staff. We've like had people.
Oh, we have that here. We have that here too. Trust me. Tracy said she got an old Fitz 7 and traded for an old Fitz 9. I do that trade all day. The old Fitz 9 is much higher on MSRP.
Yeah, that's a solid deal, honestly.
Yeah, but here they'll go day to day, get the bottles, and we have a lot of flippers in Ohio because stuff is MSRP. It's easy to flip a second. So you have to like maybe take a day off or have a day off work, or Saturday's the big day because most people are off Saturday. So that's when you kind of gotta go for it.
Wait, hold up. What is this comment talking about? Stag Week?
Oh my God. So when Stag drops here in Ohio, it's an absolute madhouse because everybody wants a Stag. So like you'll have so many people who like take days off work because they go to wait overnight to try to get Stag at different stores. So it's like every night of the week you have people showing up like 2 a.m. to wait in line to get Stag at whatever their local stores may be. Like around me, I know the drop schedule for like 6 or 7 of our stores, and like you'll have every night somebody like lining up at 2 a.m. People will start showing up to wait to get a Stag. So because they release over like a week-long period, and that's going to be it for like the entire year. Like the entire Stag drop, like everything that Ohio gets, they're going to release in a week, and it's going to be.
They just hold on to it the entire year. That's crazy.
I have
so here you go. Coy Hill dropped Win last year, like around August. Yeah. Right, the Jack Daniels Coy Hill. They didn't release it until a January drop in Ohio.
What?
They held it that long. Yeah, so they hold.
It's so hard to like as a podcaster too, like to review things or anything like that.
Yeah, it's hard. You have to trade for it from somebody who gets it out of state, or you got to go out of state and try to find it. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that explains why Jason C is on so many national pages.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here in Ohio, everything we get everything. It's an MSRP, but we tend to get the releases late.
I thought that we had late releases, but you guys have it even worse than us.
Yeah, we're usually like a month behind.
At least.
Oh no, we're definitely way beyond that on a lot of the stuff.
So
it comes in late.
I have a follow-up question about that.
Yeah.
So for Stag Week, does that mean, like, for instance, in 2024, where there was like A through D batches, did you guys get all of that out at once and it was just utter chaos? Or was it just all like, we have only B or only C? Like, tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, it was March, not January, when Coy Hill dropped. So from whenever it was originally released, we didn't get it till March here in Ohio. So that's a good question with the Stag, because they really only went to the multiple batches a few years ago. Before that, it was a single batch. So what happened last year is they dropped the 24A like sometime in the middle of the year, and it was just that one bottle. And then we didn't see Stag again until I think it was like either end of January, beginning of February, and they dropped B, C, and D all at the same time. So they dropped all of those releases at the same time in 1 week, in a 1 week period.
I would have been so pissed off if I left with a 24B. I would have been like, I don't even want to buy it.
Yeah, and Trevor's right. So it's random. You don't know what store is going to get what batch. They just grab case. So they save the cases of Stag in the warehouses and then ship them out whenever that week hits. And they're not saying we're going to send B here, C here, D here. It's just they grab cases and throw them on the pallet and send them. So you don't know what you're going to get.
I hate that.
All right. I'm going to ask a very can of worms question, and you can feel free to sidestep it if you want.
All right.
What is the holdup between continuing to regulate things on a state level and reforming the system in your state? Like, what is the main opposition behind doing that?
I'm not really sure. I know we've been state controlled for a long time. I don't think there's any desire to move away from that.
Maybe from the people in power.
Yeah. Well, I think from also consumers. I mean, I don't think consumers are interested in having the museums you'll see in Kentucky. Right. So we go to Kentucky a lot and we see those museums where you have bottles that are sitting for $500 and $600, and we just don't have that here. And so I think it's a combination of the politicians don't want to have something where people are complaining saying, why do I have to pay $600-700 for a bottle that's sitting on the shelf and let the retailer charge whatever they want, right? Compared to a state control. So I don't know. I can't say for sure. A lot of it does, I think, go back to prohibition because as the rules came out of prohibition, anything coming into Ohio to sell has to go through the OHLQ. So like our liquor stores don't own the bottles they have in their inventory. The liquor stores don't buy the bottles. They can't do single barrels, things like that. What happens is the state buys them. They have them in the state warehouses, and the liquor stores are really just a front where they sell them through. And the state says, we own the bottles. You can only sell it for this much because it's our bottle. So they have the price they buy it at. They have whatever percent markup, and they say, okay, this is the profit you can make on it. This is what you have to sell it for.
Right. So there are some other states around us that do that also. Like Michigan is pretty notorious for doing that, but their state controlled is like kind of backwards. They just set the minimum.
State minimum, and then stores can charge what they want.
Which like defeats the whole point.
Absolutely.
So
we have some people talking here, like Trevor's saying, he's another Ohioan. As a consumer, he doesn't mind waiting a couple hours. It's better than getting the bottle at the correct price. And David says, I'd rather wait a few hours than pay hundreds of dollars over MSRP. So I agree. I like the system better. Having seen, a George T. Stagg for $2,000, I'd rather have to wait hours or whatever to get it at MSRP than have to pay 10 times the price.
And I totally get that. And like, we've seen a bunch of that as well. But like I don't know, maybe we're just a little too impatient. Like we've heard a lot about like, these drops, and people will just like go to Ohio and just chase like Weller Antique and a bunch of other stuff. But like, you don't
have to really, for antique, you don't have to chase it anymore.
Right.
We got one this past weekend, like an hour after store opening, because people aren't chasing it like they were.
Well, yeah. I mean, once it's out everywhere, nobody really wants it anymore. Scarcity creates, desire, and desire creates flippers. So once you get to the point where like things are just everywhere, nobody really cares about it anymore, which is the antithesis of what Buffalo Trace does for marketing.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. There's obviously no perfect system, and obviously like what works for each state or each city is going to be different. I think that our system is great sometimes, although it kind of sucks to have to like just kind of gain relationships to get things.
And it's just being like nice to people too. It's not even like that difficult to make. I mean, maybe if you're like
for some taters,
okay, I'll take it back. If you're an introvert, it could be a little bit harder. But if you're an extrovert, like it's pretty easy to go through and be like, tell me about this bottle. What's your favorite whiskey? What are you interested right now?
Cheers, Buffalo Bourbon enthusiasts. Yeah, to me, I mean, and it's not like I'm not friendly. I'm more than happy to be friendly with the stores and stuff. But you have a lot of those stores in those situations that you have to spend $5,000 here to be able to, you know what I mean? It's a double-edged sword type thing.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to wait a few hours in line to get a bottle of MSRP, particularly because I think there's an added benefit. I've met people in line who have become my friends, that I've spent time with, because you're standing in line 2 or 3 hours with people who want to buy bourbon. You talk about bourbon, you tend to get along. You can make friends with people that way. So I don't mind standing in line as much as I do paying 10 times MSRP. I just won't do it. I won't spend that secondary price.
Totally. I think it's easier to, I see Renee's comment.
Yeah, that's my wife.
I totally agree with that. I think it's easier because Chris and I are together usually. So like if there is an awkward silence, it's not just like you're meeting a stranger. Like him and I can kind of riff off of each other.
And it's also disarming to have two people that don't seem thirsty for bottles talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we go, I normally do a lot of the talking, and Renee doesn't talk a whole lot. So that's my way. She's a bit of an introvert. She doesn't talk quite as much as me, as I'm always talking to anybody around me. So yeah, David said, the markup, the 500% interest needs to stop. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen some really crazy prices places. I mean, I saw a bottle of Weller 12 for $1,200.
What?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So,
What did you see the other day? At that one liquor store that it was like the last
Jack Daniel's 12 was $1,000.
$1,000.
see, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Why?
Like I'm never on board with like broad sweeping laws across the nation, but I feel like the one thing we can all agree on as like connoisseurs of whiskey is there should be a blanket law, like you can't go over a certain amount of markup.
It can't be like double MSRP.
Yeah.
Like there needs to be some kind of cap.
Like 1.5, 1.25 at most.
My wife says I'm nice, but I'm not friendly. That sounds about right.
I bet you're great on one-on-one conversations.
She is, absolutely. She doesn't like crowds. She doesn't like crowds.
I'm
I don't
100% the same.
Yeah, I don't like crowds either. Put me in a party and I'm just like, I am petting the cat in the corner.
Trevor said his girlfriend doesn't go out, so he has to make friends. That's one way to make friends. Renee says Jack 12 is one I was impatient for and traded for. I did. I traded for the Jack 12. The first year they dropped the Jack 12, I had to have it, and I ended up trading for it because it took so long for them to release it in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 6 months after it was released, it finally dropped here.
That's
so I went out and traded for one before it dropped here.
What'd you trade?
I think it was like 3 Weller Antiques for it or something like that. So that's the currency in here. Whenever you're trading here in Ohio, people do the currency as Weller Antique. That's the currency. 3 reds and 2 greens, or 5 greens and 1 red. That's kind of the currency here.
That makes for some really interesting conversations where you're like, hey, I'm not paying 3 antiques for that.
Yeah, you counter. I'll give you 2 antiques and 2 special reserve. You got a counter offer.
How many colors you want me to throw into this? I got green, I got red, I got a blue somewhere. If they ever release a purple, it's over.
Yeah, it's no good. That'll be bad.
There was the AI version.
Oh, yeah.
They have the Weller 18 year coming out.
Oh,
So-
don't even get me started.
John, cheers. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, that 18 year, I don't know the cost on that. That's going to be really expensive.
Whatever it is, it's too much.
Did you try the Millennium at all?
I have never tried the Millennium. No, I have not.
We got to try a taste of it at an event.
Yeah, Drew Mayville from Buffalo Trace was doing like a blending seminar and just talking about like everything that they do. They did sort of like a introductory like VIP hour, which we didn't realize that's what it was until we showed up there. And they're like, yeah, we're going to break open Millennium. And I was like, okay. Like, do I have to pay for it?
Well,
they're
that's
like, no. I was like, great.
Wow. Very nice.
That was definitely a swing and a miss. Like, I know other content creators have said, like Bourbon Junkies have been like, wow, it's great.
It's insane.
There's nothing like it. It's unbelievable. It's whelming.
Just whelming, not overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say
Okay.
it's very soft on the palate.
Yeah.
Cheers, JL.
It's over, like, I would say the proof point was way too low for
absolutely.
the price point.
I agree. Nothing at that. I even have a problem with like the Double Eagle Very Rare. I mean, I think anything at that price point, you need to have more proof to have more complexity. It's just you can't have 90, 100 proof at $2,000 a bottle. I mean, come on.
$7,000.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely some exceptions. Like, obviously, if you're aging something like 40 years, you don't want it to be like at like hazmat proof because that's just going to be so dry. It's not. potentially is not going to be enjoyable.
And it would yield like 2 bottles.
Yeah, right.
But I still don't think you got to bring it down as far as they do.
Yeah.
When I look at the old Granddad 16,
Oh,
at that price point was a complete letdown.
It was.
You're hitting all of my hot button issues right now, and my insides are just churning.
We went to the Smoke and Oak where they released those, to that Smoke and Oak dinner down in Jim Beam. And they said the reason that it was at 100 proof, because someone asked them when they were doing like the Q&A, why isn't this at a barrel proof? It was so bad at barrel proof, they had to proof it down to 100 to make it drinkable.
Palatable? Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, well, man, you're charging $200 and it's not really, I mean, it's palatable, I guess, if you mean that as, yeah, I can drink it. But so, I think there's a point where you just got to say, maybe we shouldn't release it.
I mean, honestly, or just like, not that I condone shady blending practices, but like maybe take a page out of the Remus book.
Yeah.
And do the different ages.
Like the 5 are so amazing.
Yeah.
And it does have like younger juice in it to counterbalance like the older ones.
Yeah. You see that in the Bardstown stuff too, like the Disco series.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like more brands need to do that to just, and again, it's slight. When you look at it from like a consumerist perspective and you're like, oh, the oldest thing in here is only 5% of the mash bill blend for this, like that kind of sucks. But it does kind of even it out a little bit. And there's lots of brands that do that kind of get shit on, which is a little unfair. But like, I think it's kind of smart. Here's
the thing. If your batch that you release is 5% older juice and the majority of it's younger juice, don't charge the cost of something that would have been 100% older juice. Yeah. You can't say 5% 18 year, 50% 7-year and charge like it's a 15-year product.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think that's where that kind of comes into play. And that's how I feel about the Remus. Like Remus isn't bad. I just drank some the other night, but I don't think it's worth what I paid for it.
No.
Especially like the Remus Gatsby's, like.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not a fan of those. The Babe Ruth.
The price is just crazy.
Yeah, that's just MGP sponsored Pappy variant. Like they're trying to make it their version of like a Pappy release where it's like a premium, slightly older stock. And I get it, but it's not worth like $250.
Right. WB Bourbon Guy, cheers. Thanks for joining us. Paul says mix it with Coke. He's talking about the Millennium.
I mean, honestly, you'd get more flavor from
the Coke. Yeah.
That's not good. Yeah, I haven't had it, but I mean, I wasn't going to pay what I've seen for per pour cost, and I definitely wasn't going to pay what it was for the bottle. So
I mean, around here it's like $5,900. They've deeply discounted it since its original release, and it still doesn't move.
Yeah, I think
Cheers, Trevor.
Have like 2 or 3 bottles left
that we know of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a miscalculation on Buffalo Trace's part, and I think they're going to see the same thing. I think maybe with this new H. Taylor they released. I don't know.
I already know somebody who bought it.
Do you? Well, there's always be some people who buy it, but I mean, at that price point, I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know. To me, it seems just way too much.
Yeah,
for what it is.
I feel like the average consumer, and this is going to be a tinfoil hat thing. So feel
Here's
free to
Wesley.
I feel like the average consumer is being squeezed on both ends these days. Like,
yes,
the shelfers aren't really like they're not moving. The prices aren't really going down. Some of them are going up. Like Russell's 10 used to be relatively cheap. It feels like it went from $30-ish to $40 in like 2 years.
To $50 in some places.
Yeah. And then you have like the super premium bottles that are also like sort of attracting more attention, but they're still kind of like stuttering a little bit. So I think it's only a matter of time before you start to see the price of shelfers go up to offset the loss of the premium bottles that are just sitting on shelves. And that's just kind of double dipping into loss. And I don't think that's going well.
We here in Ohio, we have seen shelfers go up over the last few years. Like the price of your standard, like just like a Wild Turkey 101, some of those, it went up a few dollars. And I think the new, what should be shelfers are coming out at a higher price point already.
Yeah.
So I agree with you 100%. It's all going up, and then on the premium end, it's ridiculous prices for most stuff.
I do
So-
appreciate like Jim Beam coming out with the old Granddad 7 at
Yeah.
like what, $39?
Like 40-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
I
hasn't,
feel
that
like
hasn't
that's
hit
an
Ohio
appropriate
yet.
price.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we
what
haven't.
was that?
You haven't?
No, it's not here yet. It's not in Ohio yet.
Well, we'll send you a sample.
Yeah, we'll send you
Yeah.
a sample.
That's one of the ones I definitely want to get when it does drop. I'll get it just like I got the old Fits. So, and the old Fits I think is okay at a price point they released it, because if you look at like just the 1 year older, you're looking at like $130, $140.
Right.
Yeah.
So at like $59.99 or whatever, that's a solid price. I'm okay with that.
But that's another one that, like, anytime we see people getting one in like the Discord groups that we're in, we're like, that's too much. You're spending too much money.
Yeah.
Like, and again, like, obviously everyone has a different budget. We're not trying to shame anyone or blast anyone for getting what makes sense for them, but like the price jump alone is too much.
It's the hype too. I think not giving into the hype wagon is so difficult, because Chris and I do this all the time when we go out and like film or hunt on our own, and we're like, well, this is the only time that we're going to see it. And like, we went into one store and saw the old Granddad at $50. Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
And then we went into Binny's, which is like our big box liquor store here.
It was like $38.
It was already
That's-
discounted to
So
37.
somebody
Yeah.
just said OGD 7 is $37.99 at Benny's.
That's crazy, because we definitely overpaid.
We did overpay.
And it was at a Binny's.
And that's the hype wagon. We were giving into it. We were like, we're never going to see it. We're not going to get our hands on it. It's probably going to be gone. And it was sitting on a shelf.
Yeah, that's I don't know. The pricing model's all over the place, and you would think eventually the stuff's got to start coming down. I hope
if it doesn't, the brand names are going to start coming down, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and here Paul just said, let's talk about the price of Blanton's.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'll be
It's
back
too
in 1 second,
expensive
guys.
for flippers
I'll be
now.
back in 1 second.
Okay. So again, when it was like a $45-ish bottle, it was good value. It hasn't been good value for at least like 7 years.
Yeah.
And the price just keeps going up. And like when you look at secondary value for these things, there's like no resale on it. Like if you buy Blanton's for $80, you can maybe sell it for $90, maybe. So it's honestly just, to me, it's batshit crazy.
Which is crazy, because you're not even like covering tax
No.
in Illinois.
No. Or if you get it on like an online site and you have to cover shipping too, then you spent like $120 on Blanton's,
Yeah.
which is what it typically went for on like mom and pop stores, at least out by us.
Yeah. It's wild in Chicago. The amount of flippers that there are.
I feel like with this portion of this live stream, we're just like kind of shooting from the hip at this point.
Yeah.
These are hot button issues that have really pissed us off for a while.
We also haven't had the ability to have like a free platform in a while, so I feel like we've been pretty pent up, like just talking.
But you know
to
what? Don't you
flippers.
think these are the kind of things that the community as a whole likes to discuss, and people who are new coming in want to hear about? Right? I mean,
Totally.
Yeah.
if you're new to bourbon and you're trying to see what's going on, you want to learn something. You know, what do people think is overpriced? You know, and
Yeah.
if you've been around, you want to talk about why is this happening. So
And,
I agree.
And like our approach for the channel is we don't just want to like kind of like shit downhill. We don't want to just like go like, oh, like fuck this brand, that brand sucks, like these practices are terrible, because that gets repetitive and shitty. Like sure, maybe it gets clicks sometimes, but like the quality, and I don't mean this in a bad way, the quality of viewer that you're going to get is different if you're only doing like rage bait content. And
I agree 100%. I agree, but you still got to address issues.
yeah,
Like
for sure.
we can talk about Blanton's. Like here, the price of Blanton's overpriced. It's went up like $30 in the last 3 years here in Ohio. Now a $3.75 is the price what I used to get a $7.50 at.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I love Stag, and Stag is still $65 here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know it's a great price and it's a great pour. So I mean, it goes both ways. At the same time, when we talk about the Old Glory earlier, we say, wow, this is a good bottle at a good price that people might not know about, so I think you got to do a little bit of all of it.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm also going to plug our live stream next week. We're going to have the head of Barrel House, which is what we're drinking right now.
Yeah. Which is a perfect segue because we're talking about like value bottles that people are just kind of sleeping on. Sure, it's Kentucky only, so you have to like dedicate a trip to get it. But for $45, I would put this against Blanton's like any day of the week, and I have no uncertainty that it would win.
Yeah, John, you're right. You barely see it in Ohio. Like we were talking about earlier, it's like a one-time-a-year drop. Barrel House, that's actually right next to Old Pepper.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. And Dark Arts.
Is Dark Arts over there too?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's nearby. We haven't
Lexington.
we haven't seen the new location that they put out in Lexington, but we plan on fixing that soon.
Yeah, I know Barrel was like basically right there. Like you're at Old Pepper, you have an ice cream store, you have a restaurant, and then you have Barrel House. So they're like right there in that square.
So I think that the head of sales that we met told us that it's basically like they helped kind of get Old Pepper up and running again. And they all just kind of like leaned on each other to help get operations started roughly around the same time. So they're good people. Barrel House does really good shit.
They do.
And like this Rock Castle stuff, have you ever had this?
Never heard of it. No.
Easily the best distillate coming out of Kentucky that nobody is talking about. And it's from the same company and it gets released twice a year. You can predict when it gets released because it's April and October, I think. Tax day and midway through October. So it's phenomenal. And like nobody talks about it. Nobody knows about it. Nobody knows a lot of information about what goes into the bottle. And we plan on having the guy on next week to just talk about the brand.
Yeah.
Nice. W Bourbon guy says he'd rather have John J. Bowman single barrel over Blanton's. I agree. I like the John J. Bowman single barrels. Yeah, for sure. Out of Kentucky, some of the less talked about juice coming out of there that I like. I like the Larrikin stuff. Have you had any of the Larrikin?
Oh yeah. The one that we tried at Iris. Like the Australian guy, I think, right?
Yeah, it looks like a kangaroo thing. It used to be Lawrenceburg Distilling Company, but they changed the name to Larrikin. That's pretty good. Nobody knows about that. So
that stuff is
really
amazing.
Good. Yeah, it's really good.
One of the stores that we work with that's like letting us kind of champion their barrel pick program, we asked them like, please reach out to them. Like, I want to get a single barrel from them. Their hazmats are dangerously good.
So good.
They're so freaking good.
From Larrikin?
Yeah.
That hazmat that like people have talked about the Purple Haze. That's the one that was hazmat that came out. I have not tried that one. I've tried some of the other single barrels, but I liked them. They reminded me a little bit of Four Roses. They kind of have a Four Roses feel to me. They're like a high rod.
Sawdust and Coffee just mentioned the exact thing that we're talking about.
Yeah, the Iras.
Yeah, so Iras, if you don't know, is in Wisconsin.
Okay.
They're in Oak Creek, but they have like a ton of different locations.
So is that off 90? Because I'm going to be going that way to go to Driftless Glen.
That's right. I think I already messaged you about that one. Like if you can make it into Oak Creek. Dude, we got the red carpet treatment as soon as we went in there. We're just like, hey, can we film in here? And he's like, yeah. No, first come and sit down. Like, come look at our barrel program. Like, and pulled out like 20 different single barrels that he has. And I was like, holy shit.
I'm surprised that video went so well because we didn't eat that entire day. Yeah. We drank at the bar.
Well, not the entire day, but for too long.
Yeah. Well, when we're filming, we go out and like, it's filming first, and then it's like our bodily needs second. So
they sat us down, gave us a bunch of different pours to try things, so we could like actually talk about it in the video,
and some like cute bar snacks too, which was really sweet.
And then that's also the place we tried the Obtainium, so you might be able to find it there. Yeah, maybe.
I'll have to make a note. Make sure I stop there. Yeah, I've noticed when we're when we travel, I stop and film a lot along the way, and I'll just find random liquor stores to check out. And my whole purpose is I want to do it so people who may be traveling that direction or whatever that when they're looking on YouTube, where should I stop along the way? Because I did that before we had a channel. I used to do that.
Right.
So I run into those stores that are like that. Some that are very friendly. They're like, yeah, come in, film. Try this single barrel, try that are very friendly. But I've also had those that just tell you flat out, no, we don't want you filming.
Yep.
You can't film.
So many of those. I mean,
those tend to be the ones where their prices are 3 times, MSRP, or like just their shelfer prices are $15 above normal. So
we've definitely gone into liquor stores where they're like, yeah, you can film, but don't film this wall.
Yeah, or don't film the prices. And I'm like,
I've had when they tell me that, we leave. Yeah, I'm not going to go where. I mean, you're going to tell me not to film the price? That's ridiculous. So
yeah. If you put it on the shelf, you should be proud enough to let it be seen in video.
Yep.
Right. It's like they don't want you to film because they know that they haven't priced it properly.
Yeah,
exactly.
The worst experience we've ever had was somebody asked us what we give stores to film, and I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" He's like, "Yeah, what do you usually give the stores?" And I was like, "Free advertisement."
Yeah, nothing. And what I've also had like people say, like, "What do you get from the stores?" I don't get anything.
We don't get anything.
They get advertisement. You don't get anything. They just let you film, so you don't really get anything from them.
So, most of the time we just get to try like their single barrels, which is cool.
Yeah, and honestly, that's enough for us. Like, the content is the main priority for it. Like making sure that we put out a quality video every week and not missing a beat in terms of like our usual Tuesday drops. Yeah. But every once in a while, the store will just like break out like, here's our Jack Daniels, here's our Old Forester, here's this brand nobody's heard of, and I'm like, yes, I will try all of these so we can talk about it in the video.
Yeah, I've only had that happen a couple of times. Normally it's just like, yeah, you can film and they're friendly, but a couple of times I've had them bring out their single barrels to try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But my main goal is, like I said, I want people to see, because I want to know if they're traveling that way, especially like a lot of people go Kentucky videos are like the most popular, at least on my channel, because a lot of people go to Kentucky to look for whiskey. So they're always looking for those Kentucky stores. But I like to do some of the ones that are out of the way too, because like when we made our trip to Colorado, I did a lot of like YouTubing to see what is there in Kansas, what is there in Missouri, because those aren't as heavily shopped or whatever, or it's heavily filmed. So to me, I like to see what I could possibly see to stop at on my way. So that's what I try to do with the hunting videos, because really the hunting videos aren't the ones I prefer to do.
Right.
Personally, I would rather do the blinds and the reviews and stuff like that. They just don't get it. They don't get as much traction.
Yeah.
Oh, our first couple of videos when we started this channel were like 25 views. And granted, like our setup was not great.
It was not good
at all. If anybody wants to look at how far we've come, just look at our old videos.
I think they're private at this point.
I left. I left our Old Taylor.
Or 5 and 5. That one was a really good segment.
Yeah, but it was just speaking into a void. But either way, like reviews are hard. It seems like the interest is kind of going down because, for lack of a better phrase, your average tater is kind of slightly going up in base knowledge. So I
agree.
Like, yeah, and it's more live action. Like you get to like actually follow somebody doing something. You feel like you get to know what the store is like. You feel like you get an idea of what's worth grabbing. And I feel like people have kind of shifted towards that a little bit because it's more exciting.
Yeah. And also, like, why would you want to just hear about one bottle when you could hear about 20?
Yeah, the hunting. I know the hunting is popular because people are looking to buy. So they want to know, should I stop at that store?
Yeah.
But to me, just like the blinds and stuff are just more fun to do just because I like to drink whiskey.
Oh, yeah. We have so much more fun during blinds than when we're out hunting. Well, I guess we do. We have fun when we're hunting too.
Yeah.
But those are like stressful days for us. Like we're out from like 10 a.m. until like 10 p.m. some days.
Yeah.
So like blinds are so much easier because we can come in here and be like, let's just drink and have fun.
Yeah.
Well, our hunting videos, I normally don't do here locally. Like I've only done a few local. I do it because we do quite a bit of road trips. When we road trip, I always stop and try to hunt as we're doing our road tripping. So we're at different states. Like we were just recently in West Virginia. I went to 6 stores and 4 of the 6 told me I couldn't record there. It's like they were really unfriendly in West Virginia. They just wanted no part of it. So
wow, okay.
So we've kind of been debating about this, and maybe this is the wrong place to do it, but like since you're kind of voicing the same thing, why not? Public like entitlement of privacy is kind of like thrown out immediately the second that you go into like a retail store or like any sort of business. So like you technically have the right to just go in and start filming,
which is what Bruzel does.
Yeah,
he does. He does.
We've been conflicted about that because, and again, I'm not trying to throw shade at Bruzel. I want to make that very clear. I think it's kind of just a shitty thing to just go into a place and be like, oh, you want me out? No, I'm going to film here.
It's very inconsiderate, in my opinion. So I go in and here's the exception. I'll go into like one of our local Acme's that has a huge liquor department, and I'll go film there because it's your huge department or like grocery store.
Right.
Yeah. But like an individually owned liquor store, I ask first, and that's why I've been told quite a bit no. But to me, it's just a I don't know, common respect thing. I mean, I don't want to go in and just start filming and be like, I can do what I want. I'm not that type of person. So
yeah, same.
That's just a personal thing.
So like, that's kind of what stops us from doing it. And we've thought about kind of shifting to that when you get into more like middle of nowhere places where you go into like the heart of Indiana where there's like 3 liquor stores around and
they're all tiny with like really small selections, but you
I
still
filmed at a couple of those when we went to Hard Truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we've kind of thought about dabbling into that, but it's still kind of hard to reconcile the idea of just going in and just being like, yeah, so we're here in this place. And like, and again, whatever works for people's like content, like more power to them. Just for whatever reason, we have a hard time kind of stepping past that.
Yeah. So my wife brings up a good point. So we were traveling, we did a trip to Estes Park, and we stopped at this little liquor store that was a liquor store and a laundromat, like combined in Colorado. That. Some little like no name town, Colorado. I can't remember the name. And we ended up getting a liter of Weller 12 there for MSRP. Just because we went in there. Yeah, we went in there and started talking to the owner and just had a conversation. He said, well, I got this in the back. Would you like it? So sometimes it works out just walking in and being friendly. And I actually have business cards like with our YouTube information.
Yeah, we do too.
Same.
Yeah. So I walk in and the first thing I do is say, hey, I have a YouTube channel. This is what I do. Here's my card. It's got the Q code. You can scan it. It'll take you right to the channel. And I kind of do that before I start recording. I try to be friendly that way.
Same. Yeah. And honestly, like, especially traveling a lot, it's a roll of the dice. You go into a liquor store, you might see like Buffalo Trace for $60, or you might see like Eagle Rare for like $35. Like to not give the ability to at least go and scope it out and see what it's like and just be like, this is what I deem worthy of content that our audience will respond to. Like if we didn't do that every time we film, going through like Michigan, Indiana, Wisconsin, random like off the beaten path places, you would just see a lot of like dead content that we don't want to give to people.
I think also too, like people already know that like Bruzel is coming into town, so they're like turning off the music so that he's not getting flagged. Like they know that he's coming into those stores, so a lot of the liquor stores already know.
I think it's hard to
you and I were driving around.
It's hard to compare any of us to Bruzel because of the audience he has.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, people recognize him, they know him, they see him. It's completely different from how they act from. I mean, I've had some stores that are very friendly, and they're like, "Oh, once they know you have a YouTube, they're very friendly, and they'll do that." I've had them turn down the music and stuff like that, but that's not. It's not the same way you see with like when Bruzel does it. So
and like just to kind of clear the air here, like we're not trying to single him out, but like.
I mean,
he's the biggest whiskey trooper.
He's the biggest whiskey hunter.
For comparison, we're measuring McDonald's versus a mom and pop burger place.
Yes, exactly. WV Bourbon Guy. Yes, I have seen Devils do have cryptid bottles. In fact, we were down at the Bigfoot Festival, and then the next week they released their newest cryptid bottles. We would have got them if they had done it a week earlier. So you guys don't know? You don't know what a cryptid is? You know what a cryptid is?
No.
Well, we know what cryptids are. I've told Kat a little bit about them, but we don't know anything about these specific bottles. Please fill us in.
Okay, so Devil's Due Distillery in West Virginia released bottles based around some cryptids. They have like a Sasquatch bottle, a Mothman bottle, a Braxton County Monster bottle. So the labels have like the monsters, the cryptids on them. And we're like, if you look back behind me, you'll see obviously the Sasquatch is on my shirt. We're kind of into that. And just a few, 3 or 4 weeks ago, we went to a festival, and we actually released a video where we went to the Flatwood Monsters Museum, a Sasquatch Museum, and the Mothman Museum. So my wife and I kind of like that kind of stuff too. So
Dude,
those are awesome.
These are great bottles.
Right. Yeah. So they released them the week after we were there.
Such a shame. Yeah. Those are super cool.
Yeah. Crittendon's actually released a certain bottles. They have a Rougarou bottle and a Mothman bottle as well. So they do some.
The Mothman one is crazy looking.
Yeah. I bet if I got that for my sister, she would like scream in joy.
Probably.
Yeah. So we're fans of the cryptid supernatural stuff. So like I would buy the bottles. Like I can't speak on the quality of the whiskey, but I would buy them for the labels just because.
Totally.
Yeah, that's cool. I love unique marketing like that.
He says Bruzel is a little different because he's also a big people person who turns on the charm quickly.
Yeah.
I agree. I think he's very personable. I think I'm fairly personable, but not the same level.
Did you see what was it? Whiskey Vault, when Whiskey Vault did like the dry month, and they had like a bunch of different content creators like releasing reviews for what they thought was like the best or like their favorite whiskey.
No, I did not see that. No.
So we got invited to do that. Everyone was given like a 10-minute?
Yeah, like a 10-minute limit.
10-minute limit. But they gave Bruzel like a half an hour. And like he spent a majority of it talking about how like I guess he didn't really grow up with friends, and like he kind of uses this whole thing as like a way to kind of like create a friend group, which is like
that's very cool.
Yeah. It's cool, but like I'm conflicted. I feel like he definitely knows how to turn on the charm. And I feel like that's
Bourbon Guy. If it's 10 minutes from you, you need to give me some of those bottles when they drop and let me know. I need those bottles when you see them. Yeah. So I mean, when Devin and I started this, part of our whole thing was we want to be able to connect with other people and talk about it, and share it, and give our thoughts and hear other people's thoughts. We're certainly not against. I mean, when we do videos, we tell you what we think, but we're not certainly against other people who disagree with us, who want to debate it or talk about it or whatever. Right. Yeah. Part of it was expanding. Like we have our little group here, but it's still a pretty small group. It's nice to be able to reach out and meet other people. And I've actually met a lot of my Patreons and stuff. So like when we travel and, you know, if they're in the area, we'll stop and see them. We'll meet up with them. I've had people over to my house. So part of it was also trying to grow a community. I mean, we just want a bigger community who all gets together. I think bourbon and whiskey is kind of like one of those middle grounds, right? Yeah. There's so much divisiveness today's society. If you cut some of that other stuff out and you want to talk about whiskey and bourbon, you can get a lot of people to come together to have a good time and keep that other stuff out of the bubble.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, that's also why I work in hospitality. It's the idea of like, at the end of the day, I've had this phrase that I like saying, like, we all eat, sleep, and poop the same. Like, you know, like commonalities for people. Like you need to eat, you need to like indulge in something. It's the one thing that kind of like supersedes politics, religion, like narratives. It's literally just like, tell me what you like and let's talk about why you like it. So when it comes to like that approach for hospitality, I translate it also to like what we do for channel content. I'm like, I like these notes, I like that. And it's gotten to the point where, like, at my job, if somebody doesn't even know their palate, I just ask them questions. I figure out what they like, and I tailor a cocktail to what they enjoy, or I get them a pour that totally matches that. And I love being able to show somebody that I know what they like, even though they haven't really figured it out, and then have a frank conversation about, like, these are the reasons why those flavors come out. Let's talk about science. Let's talk about the flavors. Let's talk about all of the weird, crazy things that have to happen inside of water and wood in order for this to be something that you enjoy, and how you can go to something else and completely hate it.
Yeah, and that's like our whole slogan that the best bourbon or whiskey is the one you like the most. Our whole idea is you don't got to like what we like.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of people who, like, maybe their palate matches mine. So if I say I like something, they're like, okay, I'll go out and buy it. But your palate doesn't got to match mine. Doesn't make it wrong. Doesn't make you wrong. Doesn't make me wrong. It's what do you like? You know, and so there's not really a wrong answer. So that I kind of like that. Like I said about building the community, is everybody can agree to disagree in that case. And you don't have to have a lot of divisiveness. And that's like rare with what's going on in today's society. So
yeah,
Absolutely.
and that's why it's so upsetting when you hear people that are like, I'm not gonna listen to you because you said this thing about this bourbon that I really liked, and you're like, what are we in second grade? Like, if you don't like the thing that I liked, then I don't care. Like
that's cool. Go like the thing. I'm not telling you not to like it.
Yeah, we'll find another thing that we both like.
Right. I can only tell you what I think about it, what I like about it. If you think something else, it's fine. It's not a wrong answer. There's not a wrong answer to what you like to drink.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like scotch. There's a lot of people who love scotch.
Right.
It's not wrong that they love scotch. I just don't like scotch.
Totally.
So, you know.
Yeah, people get really hung up on that sometimes in the comment section. I do respond to everything that we put out because I feel like if somebody's voicing something, they at least deserve to be acknowledged, whether I agree or not. So, I mean, we got a comment today where someone's like, oh, you're telling people this is the best and blah, blah, blah. And I don't see you like talking negatively about brands. You only say what you like. And I'm like, because I want to tell people what we like. I don't want to just be like, this one sucks and that one sucks and that one sucks. That's boring.
Yeah.
Like,
Barry, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we have the approach of we give the information, we tell you what we think about it. Informed consumers will make decisions based off of what they hear and make educated decisions. Like,
especially if we're giving like tasting notes along the way, like we get this and that and this, like it helps you kind of be like, oh, I like caramel in my bourbon. I really like baking spices. Like then they can go and grab it themselves.
Yeah. Ew, what are we reaching for?
I need another pour.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. I feel the same way. And I think as you, like, I know when I've watched before I ever started a channel and I would watch other channels, it's kind of like, well, I agree with this person's palate more than this person's. And it's all different. You just come to understand people have different tastes. I mean, there's some people may love creme brulee and some people might not. You know, same with eating food. Some people can't stand, you know, certain type of like Marcella chicken or something like that. Other people might. It's all your taste. Yeah. There's not a wrong
definitely watch like bigger reviewers and we're like, do you get that tasting note from that?
Yeah.
And like we'll go back and forth and be like, maybe something's wrong with us. And like everyone has their own palate. They're gonna pick out things from like their past, their like childhood experiences, things that they ate recently. Like we don't all eat the same things. Maybe like Jason C eats like only chicken fingers, and that's why like, pulling out those notes, you know.
My wife says she likes to pay attention to the people she's agree with. So in the future, when they say if they like her bottle or not, it gives her an idea of maybe I'll like this bottle. And I have some people like our subscribers or Patreons who are the same way. Like we do a lot of these are our top 4 bottles in this category, top 4 bottles in that category. So people have an idea of what we like. So then if I come on and do a review, well, they know what my kind of palate is. So they know if they would agree with it or not. So
yeah,
for sure. And like, I think since we're talking about all kind of like the caveats and the asterisks here, it's also important to remember that like the odds of somebody's palate being 100% lined up is like completely superficial. So even if like 90% accuracy is what's hitting, that little 10% is just variation from person to person. And it's okay to be like, I agree with everything that you said, except I didn't like this one bottle.
Even Chris and I will like agree. I would say we have an overlap of like 90%.
Yeah.
And then there's Ancient Age. And
or Wild Turkey year versus the 70th.
Exactly.
The chance of having 100% match with anyone's palate is like hitting the lottery.
Yep.
100% is pretty much never going to happen. Paul said, trust my palate on rye. I like my rye palate. Most people do, I think. But even if you don't, that's okay. So Ray asked, what questions do you ask new bourbon drinkers to lead them in the right direction of what to try?
Oh.
That's a great question, Ray.
The first thing I ask is, what have you tried so far? And tell me which ones. Sometimes it's harder for people to remember things that they absolutely love. So I ask, like, what are things that you absolutely did not like? Because, you know, like if something negative happens in, like, for instance, a restaurant experience or a retail or whatever, people are going to remember it and they're going to tell everyone. So just make me one more person that you tell, and I can overcorrect and go the opposite direction. So if somebody's like, I tried Wild Turkey, it was too hot. I'm like, okay, was it the proof? Was it the flavor? Was it the finish? What was it about it? And they're like, oh, it was spicy. And I was like, okay, so like maybe lower proof, maybe lower rye content. And then I started spinning my wheels and I think, okay, how can I pivot away from that? Like, would you say you want more like vanilla, caramel, fruit notes, or something different? And then I just kind of take that 4-tier decision and kind of hone down on what they like, and then immediately have an option ready for them.
Yeah. So a couple of the questions I asked first is kind of what have you tried more in a range of proof? I want to know if they've ever had anything higher proof, or are they only drinking like a Jack 7, a Jim Beam? Because if I'm going to recommend something, do I need to recommend a 100 proof or under, or can I recommend something higher proof? So I want to know kind of where they are and what they're drinking. I also like to ask, what kind of dessert do you like? Because if there's someone who's like, I'm a heavy chocolate fan, I like fruity, then that can lead me to what I'm going to recommend based on that kind of dessert note.
So. Yeah, I 100%. I think we did that during a live where we asked everyone like their favorite desserts.
And that turned into like a whole side thing for the rest of the live stream.
But it really does tell you a lot about the person, especially if they want something like a lot sweeter. Then I'm not going to recommend a rye to them. I'm going to recommend a bourbon. You know,
if there's someone who tells me they don't like desserts, well, then I'm going to go something I think is more like more towards a meat bourbon. So I think the bourbon's pairing with food matters a lot. So depending what they like, fruity, savory, chocolatey, you know, can make a difference on what I would recommend.
Totally.
Chip says the best new drinker bourbon is Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare is a very good starter. It's a very good opening pour, but I don't know if it's the best, but it's a very good one.
It's very divisive.
I definitely have strong opinions towards Eagle Rare just because I hate artificial grape. And I always get artificial grape from Eagle Rare. So if someone gave that to me as my first pour as of whiskey, I would have been like, I don't think I like this.
I don't get a lot of grape on it, but again, I think it depends. You got to ask, like, what do you like? Like, again, you don't like that grapey. You don't want something like that. You probably like something, if you like more chocolatey, a 1910.
Yeah.
Right? That's not those dark chocolate notes. So
I love like cherry desserts. So like Stag is 100% up my alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably like a I would guess a 1792 small batch then, or something like that. So that's got like those cherry notes.
Yeah, and just like regular Old Forester 100 is like my go-to like everyday sipper.
Yeah, that's a great single open. My favorite budget bottle opener that I would normally recommend is Early Times Bottled in Bond.
Oh yeah.
Barry said spot on the Blue Note. Yeah, our Blue Note pick was great. Yeah, so I think the link can still be up there if anybody wants to buy one of our Blue Note picks. Paul hates medicinal cherry. Anything that's like the cough syrup cherry. Yeah, I know our friend Paul. He won't have anything to do with.
Oh, you would hate our pick.
There's like a very fine line for all these medicinal notes, because when it goes from fruit to like strictly menthol and bitter oak tannins, like that, if you look at the sliding scale, medicinal cherry kind of starts here and then ends with like very vaporous up here. Usually people fall kind of like somewhere around here.
Yeah.
And the people that love it up here really like the tannic oak notes, which I'm not a huge fan of.
So
yeah, I'm in that middle. I'm in that middle
Same.
portion. Yeah.
We called it Ludens because like Ludens I feel like is more of like that candy rather than like the medicinal, like what Vips, not Vicks,
Halls.
Halls is like 100% like mentholated cherry. Ludens, you're getting like a candy and you're getting to like just
Yeah,
enjoy
it's
it.
a little more candy like. It's a little. You're right. Yeah, it's a little less cough syrupy.
Yeah. So this one, we got all those notes from it, and we just decided to kind of name it after the flavors that we got. So it's Luden's Wild Cherry Birthday Cake. So
what's the brand? What is it?
It's Jepson's. Yeah. So it's just repurposed.
Green River.
Green River, which was OZ Tyler. So it's what is
right,
it,
OZ Tyler before they became Green River was OZ Tyler. I have a barrel from the pre-Green River, the OZ Tyler, from Short Barrel.
They make some good stuff, honestly, and I don't
really
get
do.
why like Fred Minnick gave it so much hate. We've tried a lot of the older barrels that Jepson's had, and they're amazing.
Sawdust and Coffee. I don't know if you follow our channel, but if not, you should, because when my partner Devin gets back, Michter's is his favorite distillery. So he would agree with you on anything you said about Michter's. My wife says Luden's is candy. Yeah. She
Luden's is candy.
It is. And this is slightly medicinal candy. Oh, you're going for the Star Hill?
Yeah, we're going for Star Hill.
All right, give me.
Yes. So I thought that was okay. I've only had it once, but in my defense, we're about 7 or 8 pours in on our 1 year live stream, so I don't remember it that much.
So this is definitely like a pour 2, pour 3 kind of bottle. I'd say we don't like shitting on brands, but one of the ones we enjoy shitting on is Maker's Mark.
I'll be honest, I'm not a fan. I have the cellar aged, and the cellar aged is okay, and that's the best Maker's Mark I've had.
Yeah, which is crazy because if you look at the scale up and price point, it's completely unreasonable that like the only thing that we absolutely love from them is relatively hard to find. It's the weirdest thing that they're doing. Like the Star Hill Farms, in our opinion, is solid. Like it's the most unique thing that they put out since I don't know what, like over a decade.
Honestly, yeah. It really does have a nice palate overall. It sticks on there, it lingers even after a few pours. I think that it holds up compared to like other Maker's Mark, which is just like sour butterscotch.
Yeah.
Most Maker's Mark to me, I swear it's like cardboard. I don't know what it is. When I'm drinking Maker's Mark, it's like I'm like if I was eating cardboard. It just doesn't appeal to me. Sawdust, hey, you subscribe to both channels. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Sawdust.
That's me and Old Forester. Like like I said, I love Old Forester, but a lot of their their Whiskey Row series, I always get nail polish remover on the nose.
It's the 1920.
All
for
of
sure
them.
You get it the most.
But I also got it on the 1924, and I was like, I don't know why everyone's freaking out about this. It smells like nail polish.
I love 1910, 1920, 1924. I love all three of those. I'm an Old Forester fan. I think the Old Forester Black Label single barrels are some of the best, like 100 proof you can possibly get.
Yeah.
No, the 100 proofs.
Oh, the 100 proof. Yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
the Black Label 100 proofs are amazing.
We stopped buying the blue labels. They're just kind of unpalatable.
It's really hit or miss.
Oh, I like the blue labels too. They can drink hot. I think with the blue labels, the key is you got to open it, take a drink, let it sit for 3 weeks before you revisit it.
I would say
you got to let them sit.
Yeah. We've had a few that we opened up that like maybe like 2 years ago almost that we're still struggling to get through because they're just so much like nail polish remover on the nose and like really astringent on the palate.
Okay. Yeah. fortunately have not run into those any of those that are that bad. So
I think it has to be some kind of like DNA thing, because I ask other people if they get that same like smell from Old Forester and they say no. But
we also clicked into that once Jason C said it.
And it was hard for me to like understand what I was smelling for a long time. And then once he said that, I was just like, that's exactly what I'm smelling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wesley says that Star Hill Farms is his favorite bottle this year. So
it's so good.
I do not have one. It hasn't dropped.
I know.
Yeah, it hasn't dropped in Ohio yet. So I mean, I've tried it. Yeah, it's not dropped here yet. W Bourbon Guy, Black Label Old Forester, best value, amazing juice. Love the black labels to me. So to me, the reason I like them so much is I feel like they're like the only brand where they can proof it down from barrel proof and it maintains the complexity.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about the Old Forester black labels. They still have a ton of complexity at a lower proof that most other like bourbons, when you proof them down, they don't have.
Sometimes they honestly get better. The Old Forester line when you proof it down.
Yeah.
Like if you look at, I'm probably going to piss someone off saying this, but if you look at like some of the recent years of birthday bourbon and you compare it to the 100 proof, like sure, it doesn't have the same bite on the finish, but like the flavor's all there.
Yeah. Agreed. We love the Old Forester single barrel ryes.
Oh yeah, those are stellar.
They've always been stellar.
Those I find you have to let open up. I've never liked one on the first pour.
Yeah.
I always love them.
I don't. I agree. It has to
let it open.
And I'm just like sitting with dragon breath for like 45 minutes. I'm like, well, that was the end of me enjoying whiskey for the night.
For me,
after they open up, they get very good. They're still kind of secondary to me to the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof ryes, which I absolutely adore. I think it's the best shelf rye you can possibly buy.
We've gone through so many of those in this household. And like we've gotten to the point where we know which rick houses we like, and we start to specifically grab from like one or two different barrel houses. Yeah. But there's one at Iris. They're not going to have this. They're not going to have this anymore. I guarantee it. But if they do have any Jack Daniel's barrel picks, period, the one that we got from them is easily the best we've ever had.
The best one I've ever had actually came from the distillery. It was 137.8 proof, I think. Nice. And I've got just like one pour left of it, but it was absolutely amazing. But I also have one of the Heroes bottles, which is very good, which is from one of the Coy Hill warehouses.
Yeah, we don't get the Hero bottles out here.
They're only at the PXs. They're only at the military exchanges. It's the only place you can. I have a friend who got it from the military exchange, got it for me.
We don't really get. Well, maybe we just don't know enough people in Discord and whatnot that are in the Army.
We need to ask our landlord.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he's in the reserves, so I could probably just ask him to grab one.
Chip says he likes the Old Forester barrel proof ryes, and I agree. Once they've opened up, I think they're great.
Yeah. I wish they just made more of them.
Yeah, they're probably those in the black label are definitely the hardest ones to come by.
Yeah.
Cooper's Craft 100, underrated bottle. Cooper's Craft 100 is a great bottle. Now, I disagree with people who say that it is the old early times. It's not. If you take the early times black caps and you compare it to a Cooper's Craft, they're not the same.
Definitely
I saw some people trying to say that. They're wrong. But it is still an Old Forester product or Brown Forman product. And it is very good. And it's decently priced. It's not overpriced. So
I love the tinfoil hat theories because for a while people were also saying that early times bonded was blending in Buffalo Trace distillate. And I was like, you can't fucking do that.
No, not be bonded because they're different warehouses. I mean, it would break the whole law of being a bonded.
Exactly.
What would you had was when Sazerac bought the brand, they got the barrels, but you had a different blender. That's why there's a little bit different taste. It's really the same juice blended differently by the person who was doing the blending. But it's from
finally
the same
going to switch over though this year.
Yes.
In fall, I think it switches over.
Yeah, they'll finally have owned it long enough to have aged their own barrels of that mash bill. Yeah.
Yeah. That's still like YouTube propaganda where they're just like, they're blending it together. You're like, no, you're no, they're not.
Yeah. Well, and again, I know I'm probably going to throw another can of worms in here, but also when you see brands like Diageo that are getting called out for like how they're treating tequila, there is slightly unscrupulous things that happen. But with a company with so much to lose at stake, like Sazerac doing that, that seems like they would lose all credibility forever. And I don't believe that they would do that.
Yeah, they have no reason to risk that. They're not going to make enough profit off of it to do that.
For sure.
So, Vari says the Cooper's Craft beat out Black Label Old Foresters for them, and Black Labels have just been meh. You haven't had the right Black Labels. I've had some Black Labels that have been absolutely amazing. So,
yeah,
I do like Cooper's Craft 100, although it still wouldn't be the top of my kind of like budget bottles, but it is a good pour.
Yeah, that's like the blue labels. We've had some blue labels that are just like banana cream pie, and you're just like, yes. And then we've had some that are just like
nail polish and peanuts.
Do you ever look at the warehouses there to see which warehouse it's coming from, to if it makes a difference?
We've had some K's, we've had some L's, I think we've had some H's.
I lean on Cutlass, who's like another YouTuber, Cutlass High Proof, to give me all the information.
Yeah, I know. He's out of Memphis, or down out of Mississippi near Memphis. I actually know him, Robert.
Yeah, he's great.
I know Robert.
He's coming up to our neck of the woods this weekend, so he's actually going to help us get something that we've been trying to find.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, I met him when we did an Old Dominic pick. He was down there, so I met him when we did that.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
He works in the cigar room.
Yeah, he's a great dude. We're one of the best people that we've met so far doing content creation. I mean, I only don't say that about you because we haven't physically met.
Wait for a big hug when we meet.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, Robert's a very nice guy. I met him. We spent a little bit of time. We did the pick, and then like I actually did some sample trades with him like at our hotel when we were down there. So nice guy, very nice guy.
Yeah, and honestly, anybody that can grind it out through kind of circling back to our previous conversation, the reviews that don't really get a ton of love, if you can grind through that and still not be jaded in this business, like you are like a cut above the average tater that's trying to turn collecting whiskey into a business.
I know. Right. That's our favorite thing, where they're like, yeah, I'm spending too much money on whiskey. I should just make it a podcast. And you're like,
good luck.
Wait.
Paul says that one of our local picks of the Old Forester Black Label called Fruit Chips Junior is amazing. We do. I have it actually over here. We have one of our local groups here did a pick of the Old Forester Black Label. That's probably my favorite Black Label. Well, my second favorite Black Label I've had. Very fruity, and Fruit Stripes is a good name for it because it kind of tastes like a fruity gum. It's very good. Nice. So some of those Black Labels are great.
I hope the flavor lasts more than 30 seconds, though.
Really? Yeah, better than that. But yeah, if you see Robert, when you see Robert, tell him I said hi.
So, yeah, we'll do.
All right, guys. Well, we've gone way over, but it's been a great time chatting. I've had a good time with you guys for sure.
Same. Yeah, this has been fun.
Yeah, we love doing these with you. I find like we tend to go over time with you, which is great. It's just kind of talking shop, and we can't wait to have you on our channel and go way over time.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to look at when you have spots available and just send me an email, I'm available outside of, my life pretty much anytime. And I'm probably going to schedule you guys to come on again sometime here in the future. So
awesome.
Yeah, we would love that. Open door policy. Anytime you want us on, if we're not doing anything, we'll make it a priority.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining. Everybody, thanks for watching, and you're still on. And remember, till the next time, the best bourbon or whiskey is the one you like the most. We'll see you.
Bye.